Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of TCH Live. This is Dallas, Texas, everyone. Texas Card House, right off Harry Hines Boulevard in the heart of Dallas. It's Ben K with you for high stakes night 25, 25, 50 no limit hold'em. And I'm joined alongside my trusty co-commentator, Aaron McAvoy. Aaron, how goes it, sir?
It's going very well, man. Happy to be here with you. Looking forward to another fantastic evening of quarter 50 here on TCH Live. So very much looking forward to it. And welcome everybody thank you for tuning in. I'm doing this stream from a different location here, so hopefully my microphone is coming through loud and clear. Do let us know in the chat if everything sounds Gucci or if there's anything that we can do to improve my audio. And what do you know? We're getting started with the Nick game in action. All right.
Yeah, and I've got a sense with the makeup of the table that this is going to be a fun one tonight. And I know we say that pretty consistently, but we're also proud of the lineups that we're able to get week over week. This table looks to be no exception. VD winning the $250 flip right away, and we are starting off, as Aaron said, with the knit game. And for those that don't know what the knit game is,
when you win a hand, you have to show your cards. And when you show your cards, you can throw this, get rid of this.
Sorry, JD's explaining it, so I'll shut up.
Other player $200. If you're the last person to have your button, you owe everybody $200. It's going to be a little annoying. So just win a hand before somebody else.
So if you didn't hear that, because I was talking over JD, basically everyone starts with that red button in front of them, and in order to get rid of your button, you have to win a hand and show your two cards. And the last person to do those two things throughout the course of the evening has to pay every other opponent $200. It's a set amount before that everyone agreed to, and it's just a fun additional dynamic to the game. So strap in, everyone, because this is going to be a fun one. JD starting with 15,000 behind and raising to 650 with 7-6 suited. This is something that he likes to do, where he likes to get his button out of the way very early, and now he's not incentivized to press in later streets, and so now he doesn't have to worry about paying the rest of the table whatever $1,600 total dollars.
Yeah, suited connectors also a lovely little hand to mix into your 3-betting range, especially out of the small blind. Really don't like to play too many hands out of the small blind as a flat, generally speaking, as you're going to be the worst position at the table throughout the rest of the hand. So I like that raise there. Gets his button out of the way immediately, and now the onus is on everybody else to do so before they are the last man standing.
Yeah, that feels like a pretty optimal strategy with any card, like any combination that is remotely playable. It feels like take your shots early on where the rest of your opponent, I mean, it's table dependent, but where hopefully the rest of your opponents are trying to be more selective. So JD, it feels like he's maybe tapped into an edge that not everybody else is taking advantage of.
Holiday here in the straddle with a bit of a decision. She can just flat. She can also come in for a squeeze, and it looks like she's leaning towards the ladder.
Let's go.
Raise. Everybody's playing other games.
Right?
50. They're already playing.
Floor on the stage.
Holiday.
And Holiday takes it down with the king high. A collective ayah.
They requested airs. Everyone thinks it's really hot.
Yeah, King Jack suited there. Pretty darn good hand. Plays very well, even if you face further resistance. So really love the raise there, and everybody, of course, just feeling like they got pushed around a little bit, but that is going to be the norm with the net game in effect.
I don't bet Fire does.
That's right. Have you seen, I think you've maybe mentioned this, but have you seen this play out in the main room at your game in Austin, Aaron? Like, are y'all pulling out the knit buttons these days, or what does that look like?
No. So definitely at the higher stakes games, 510, 25 games here in town, it's going to come into effect pretty often. So yeah, it plays around a certain stake, is basically what I would say. Below that, people usually aren't too interested. Every once in a while, you can entice people at 2-5 or 1-3 to do a round of stand-up game or something, but we don't really have the placards, at least at TCH in Austin, that I'm aware of.
Looney's starting the game with what looks to be probably 30K. I like the look of this as it comes ace high. Yao top pair. Fire with second pair. If I remember anything about Fire, I remember him contributing significantly to the economic position of the game previously. Lottie in the mix, saying I've never seen a Nick game at TCH Austin.
Fire, how much play? 5,000?
Yeah, we've definitely played it, but it's a rare sighting, that is for sure. But welcome to the stream here, Mr. Lottie. Yao here, still with the best of it on the turn. Going to continue barreling 1.5K into 2.5, so nice 2/3 sizing here. And Fire with the second pair doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Needs to hit a king and a king only.
Oh man, for 5,500 in the middle, drawing to just a king, and it comes 6 of spades.
Ace.
Check.
I know you got ace. I know.
Ace 10.
Fire here investing a
Later,
pretty
it's 2.7,
substantial
so you want the under on that?
amount of his stack, leaving this hand with just 2.7K behind, and by far the shortest stack of the players that we see here. Yao buying in for around 6.5, and up a tidy little 2.4K.
Thank you.
Looney and Ice, the only 2 players buying in over 20K to start the game.
Looks like Fire's winning in the beverage department, though. It looks like he's sipping on something delicioso, either bubble tea or a milkshake or something. I'm interested in learning more about what's going on there.
And what's your name?
David?
David or Paolo? Paolo, yeah. And
Paolo, player I'm not trying to tango with if I can avoid it.
Sea Urchin.
Fire with the 9/7 suited
Jordan, right?
for a raise up to 250.
With the eye.
I like how we've got Fire and Ice right next to each other.
Yeah, it's poetic.
Like a sea urchin.
Oh, Winnie, Sea Urchin. Okay.
Yao here is going to complete out of the straddle with the 7 deuce and does
Out
not
flop.
flop Fire.
Do you like Sea Urchin?
400.
I do. Sometimes. Sometimes it's like
Dig at the LEDs on the table illuminating the player who
Oh
the
yeah,
action is on. I feel like this is a recent thing.
I think it's existed. I've to the point. I don't know if I've noticed until you've mentioned it, but I know this was a
strong. Everything you
functionality from the beginning, but I haven't really noticed it. Oh, we turned it back on this week. Cool.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I've always noticed the LED lights around the edges of these really awesome RF poker tables, but this is, I think, my first time seeing them in action.
We didn't check?
Is it all in?
Oh, sorry.
If any non-aggressive action,
1350 in the middle. Go ahead.
all in state.
Yeah, Yao gonna check call flop, then it goes
Oh.
check turn. Fire is gonna rip it all in here on the river
Go ahead.
and shows 5 black cards, but that is just 9 high.
And it's 9 high like a boss.
See, my 9 is good.
Friggin' fire. Friggin' fire.
Taking a look here in the chat, we got Hammer joining us. Says hello and hello. What's going on, Hammer? Welcome. Bob Anastasia as well. Bionic Gel. Reina, what's going on, y'all?
What's up?
Kicker problems. D, good night, Andy.
You still have to pay though.
Hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you are kicked back, relaxed, and looking forward to very nearly 4 hours
Credit's good.
of free poker
Just so you
content
know,
here on
I saw you
TCH
actually play
Live.
that hand. I don't know.
That's right. Ben K and Aaron McAvoy with you for the next 4 hours. 10 p.m. Central Time is our cutoff. But we will be here with you for that entire time, bringing you
Good to go.
very live, very free, high stakes poker action as JD in truest form looks down at a premium. Ace King risen 525 and Ice doing a little better. Ace King suited.
1300, right?
Yeah, and this is an interesting dynamic all right up front. This is under the gun open here from Biddy. JD next to Act, and then Ice just in the cutoff. So all pretty early positioned raises. Biddy is out of the way and back over to JD now. Yeah, very often just going to play his hand as a call. Ace King offsuit.
Heads up.
Going to be getting into some treacherous waters if you re-raise yet again. Open it back up for your opponent to jam it on you.
And
With as
now
deep as they are.
JD getting free rolled by Ice as it comes top for both Ice with the backdoor clubs.
15?
JD's at least got the spidey senses. Like, this connects with a lot of hands that 3-bet pre, I think. And he does have top, but I expect that he's going to play this more conservatively, having faced a 3-bet before the flop.
Yeah, being out of position really sort of handcuffs you in a spot like this. And as you say, his opponent did put in the cold 4-bet, so very much going to be aces and queens in the range of both players, but a little bit more heavily weighted towards Ice. Check on the turn, going to make JD feel a whole heck of a lot better about his hand. Now it's an option of whether he goes for a small, like 1/3
Block.
sizing or something here,
Yeah.
or just checks it over and gives Ice an opportunity to check back a lot of his kings, jacks, maybe even ace-jack suited or ace-10 suited if he ever mixes those into his 4-betting range. Ace-5 suited, of course, things of that nature. But yeah, I think a little bit of value is in order as his kicker is playing above the queen on board. And if Ice does have something like ace-5 of spades, ace-5 of clubs, something like that, he is going to be like, yeah, shrug call, and that's an extra 1.8K.
It's like raise maybe inbound. And this looks super strong. Quick call, chop.
5,000. Ace king, ace king.
Nice.
And so I'm assuming this is a push for the knit button, correct?
Yeah, neither player will get to relinquish their button. JD, of course, already got rid of
That was
his,
his 5,000.
but yeah, no, that's going to be,
Oh, okay. You pulled his. Okay.
Yeah, I pulled his in.
I just make sure
it's not going to be a win as far as Ice is concerned.
Pretty exciting times here at the Texas Card House family of
giving me
locations as TCH Social, the first of its kind, is opening up in the Las Colinas area here in Dallas, Fort Worth. The grand opening being tomorrow, and you could see a live look at the floor of the brand new TCH Social. What you see there, fully stocked bar, fully operational kitchen, lounge, and most importantly, a whole lot of poker to be played. A few minutes west of TCH Dallas, and we are thrilled to be opening a full-service Texas Card House in the Dallas area. Doors open tomorrow, a $250K guaranteed tournament kicking off right away, and yeah, this is exciting times to be part of Texas Card House. So check it out. Get all the info, texascardhouse.com, or just come through tomorrow. Doors open, I think they said 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
on the 3rd, and come do what you do best, and that is play some safe legal poker in Texas with a more elevated food and beverage experience.
Yeah, the rest of the room looks really awesome too. You couldn't really see it there in that shot. The floor with all of the poker tables.
Yeah.
But man, the tables look really sharp. There's TVs all around the room, so no matter what sporting event or other sort of program that you're looking to watch while you play, definitely lots of options for that. And it just looks super like updated and modern. Like really cool looking room.
Yeah, it's awesome to see each location get better and better. You know, the Houston, the second location in the Houston area opening, and then this one in Las Colinas continuing to raise the bar for what to expect from the Texas Card House brand. Super stoked about that and excited to go check it out for myself.
When retired.
And it's just nice to play in a new place, new chips, new cards, and the model and structure of how Texas Card House operates is repeatable, and so it's not like this is the first time these people and dealers are running a poker room, and so it's just like the same Texas Card House experience with better amenities, better location, new fresh chips. I personally like to play in a brand new room, so it's always cool to check out a new place like that.
Yeah, absolutely right. And fantastic promos to get everything started. There's going to be food, drink specials going on. So a nice way to sample the poker and get in on all the cool food and drink options as well. All right, Vidi comes in here for a raise with the kings, and nobody wants to peel off a flop and do battle with him. So he's just going to take this one
I
down.
just did what you get me.
So not only me and George, right?
So hand number 9, and quite a few of the nit buttons already gone here. I only see a couple out there.
We'll see them think.
Yeah, it's pretty much just been. Gosh, is it down to 2 players?
I think so. Yeah, this game's playing very quick.
Maybe.
Right. You love to see it, and then they can queue up the next one. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Bob's got a question that I think is most relevant to you and the Austin folks. If you want to take that.
Yeah, Bob wants to know, do we ever have lower stakes on the live stream, as you would love to play, but not at this level? Yeah, absolutely. So we do a range of buy-ins and sort of stakes. So we have 2-5 out of Austin on Mondays, 1-3 on Thursdays. So much more accessible stakes. But then, the games out of Dallas do tend to play a little bit larger. Of course, we got quarter 50 here on Tuesdays. And then on Wednesdays, it's, sort of 5-10, 5-10, 25, maybe things in that ballpark. So definitely a range of stakes. And so if you are in or around, Dallas or Austin, we'd be happy to get you in a game that does fit your budget.
300?
All right, Yao here going to raise it up in the hijack, ace-7 off. And he's just going to take that one down easy peasy. So we've just got a couple of players here with their nit buttons. Should see plenty of action out of them, as it's an $1,800 swing to go from winning the nit game to losing it. So it looks like it's, Ice and Wooney?
Ice and Wooney. That's right.
Yeah.
Fire 2 7s. He loves this hand, I promise. Yao with ace king, having just called
You don't want to put a quarter in, guys. Made it
on the button.
500.
Made it 500.
Yeah, George.
I like the one chip raises. Nice.
Ice here gonna squeeze with the jack 3 suited.
That's not a one chip raise.
You want to win?
All in button over here. All in button over here.
Wow, okay. Things have gone off the rails here very quickly.
A limp button, back raise, rip, and then fire calls. Their ice.
I was joking, man.
Wow.
Have fun.
Have fun.
So we got a 12K pot between Yao and Fire, and I don't hate it. Seems fair.
Friendly boards.
Yeah, I mean, it does show 12.5K, but it's actually going to be more like 7, as we've got Fire all in for 3,300. However, he is still holding with the pocket 7. Needs to fade an ace or a king here on the river, and he does.
7.
Seven's good.
Okay, running it. Another opportunity for the ace king to connect. Let's fade the board there.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Wow, 7s hold for 2 boards. Thank you. He says. Like I said, very fun lineup tonight. Addie G, super chat $5. Can't wait to be back on next week. No nits allowed. Addie G, thank you for the generous donation. Best of luck out there in the. Oh. Hear the producer Cooper chastising these high stakes
I was
players.
trying to let it read.
Once I do it at the beginning, then it's
Okay, I won't do that.
You're good. I just wanted to make sure so you don't accidentally have somebody.
I think they're talking about the motion it takes to scan the cards
30,
the first time, and then maybe it looked like he
25.
indicated a fold by trying to scan again.
Okay.
Good defense from
Interesting.
He ended up folding anyway.
I can't even play right now.
I don't know, but I'm saying it's good.
Now Fire's up 1,700 if the numbers are correct.
Thank you so much.
All day home game.
Yeah, Yao here paying that one off. Was already up a fair bit himself, so now moving into the bottom position, but
You guys
only down 1,500. Not too much to be staked.
We're taking lessons. We're taking lessons. You guys are gonna put
Let's go. $200 straddle is on.
do 100, he can do 200, he can do 500.
Oh, just 100.
The bad words.
What is for
Extreme straddle this.
Yeah, you can do 200. You can do up to
I'm not Chinese.
up to 500.
Let me
10
get-
times
Yeah,
the big
yeah,
blind, right?
Philippines?
5x, so up to 2x. Up to
Half
5x,
Philippine.
up to 5x.
And
Up to
another
What is
half.
happening, San Diego?
Vietnamese?
He's traveling for
Shit, he's real good. Yeah.
I was
Both, correct. Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't joking.
You're right. That was a good read. Good read.
Is that fire? I see.
A lot of double down hands.
I just
Fire King Jack on the button.
know those two groups.
Love this
Oh,
guy.
they used that those.
I don't know.
Raise it.
200.
Little min raise here from Fire just to kind of set a nice little price.
Defensible King 9 and Yao with the Robbie.
I wait until I pair first.
You have paid?
I wait.
Okay.
And it comes Jack High, Yao and Fire. Both with top pair. This is where the Robbie can get you in trouble, folks.
Oh, yeah. You get them today?
500.
You get them today?
I'm not sure. He lost some flips to Dawn.
Matthew Farmer here in the chat wants to know, how is the Las Colinas location doing? Well, it's going to open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., so
Let's
we'll find
go.
out just how awesome it is when everybody shows up. But it is a fantastic establishment. We showed a little bit of a little teaser video looking out over the kitchen the restaurant area and the bar. It is a beautiful location, so stop on in there tomorrow morning. Get in on the action. There's lots of promotions. We've got buy one, get 1 hours, something like that. Is like, or buy 9 hours and get it for $9 an hour, something like that. Pretty awesome. So lots of cool deals. Just come on down, check it out for yourselves.
4, 5, 6. Yes, he covers.
So Yao going for the check raise with the top pair, no kicker, and Fire here happy to just stuff the rest of his chips in. So Yao now put to the test here for his remaining stack of about 3,000. Does he want to put the rest in? It feels kind of gross because there's really not a lot of draws out there. There's no flush draw. It's just 4, 5, or maybe like pocket 8s or something that is just like YOLO.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be a hand. Okay.
Fire a little bit of speech play. Circa.
Fucking A.
Will Kasuf folds the Robbie. Fire, maybe the speech shot himself in the foot proverbially, but it takes down a nice one, adding 2,500 in profit.
Yeah, can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, if you are going to check raise with a hand as weakens top pair, no kicker, and you get re-raised,
You guys know neither of you have the button.
you do need some draws available on the board to really think about putting the rest of the money in. So, I mean, it definitely hurts because you're getting such a good price by the time you only have 3K left in your stack, and all those other chips have gone in the middle. But yeah, I mean, that's just a smart fold there. You know that you're very likely just behind, as there's not enough draws to justify a call.
250.
Never we get a hand from JD.
Never? Oh, never. Oh, I remember the stories, yes.
Yeah. This guy.
Maybe you play 18 one time.
He has a bigger than me, you know?
Ice here going to
It's always
complete
bigger.
from the button with a blackjack hand. Wooney comes along as well, as those two players are still playing the Nick game. All the way back over to Paolo. We haven't seen anything from him yet, and he is going to just get to complete from the straddle, and we'll go 5 ways to a flop.
You love to see it as it comes ace, Jack 4, Yao. Jackson 4s as JD flops top pair with a 10. Rut-row.
JD happy to just keep the pot small here. With all these players in, he's either way, way, way ahead or is somehow behind.
So this time it works for Yao. A little bit of Hollywood.
How many hours left?
9:45.
9:45? Every 5 minutes?
And this sucks for JD. Luckily, it's not for a ton. And he does call. Third player in the hand.
Every 30
Technically,
minutes?
should be
When he doesn't play.
not
Why doesn't play?
indicating the strength of your hand with a third player in.
It's okay, I keep $20.
Nice, doing his own set of Hollywooding.
1, 2.
Whatever you want.
Probably doesn't matter.
Oh, this is the one that they're running it twice.
What do you got?
I have an ace.
What else?
Pretty card.
What else?
What else? What are you guys?
I know we have ace.
You show one.
All right, so we are going to have a little bit of an issue with this one. The players are going to run it twice, but the stacks are going to get a little bit screwed up because the way it's input into the system is just as running it one time.
Oh, ton.
So look at
Perfect for JD.
yeah, it's going to look like JD wins the whole pot, but we'll get this squared away before you know it. But we are going to get a second run out here.
Production. So that's the second burn.
I'm in one more, right? What's the one?
Second burn card.
10.
And on that one, it is going to be Yao holding with the Jackson 4.
Friendly. You're welcome.
Don't talk to me.
You're
We're going to chop this up.
welcome.
Hey, my friend only played like 4 jack and then he played 3-8.
I gave you the 150.
Runner straight? What the heck? Dealer, I think I'm only one tipper, right? Do me better.
Next time you're gonna see her play like
I
3-10.
think I raised pre-flop and you call with garbage.
3-10.
You got me.
Best hand
You
one.
play 3-10 and then
He got
I get aces.
Now,
They're crazy,
J.
YG.
Nick is
They're crazy.
going to go through the laborious task of
Yeah. Oh, Jay, too.
putting
Am I
up
crazy?
these
I have ace.
different colored
saying, yeah.
spheres
You got top pair.
on the felt.
What can you do? Cooler.
3-6.
The big blue ones are $1,000. Pinks are $500. Blacks are $100. Greens $25.
All right.
And
10%.
reds
The extra quarter.
$5 if you're new here to the stream. Those are the denominations. Pretty standard stuff if you played this game for any amount of time.
And then I see at least one yellow bird out there. The yellows are 5K. So those are the ones you really want.
Those are the ones you're trying to collect. Trying to Pokemon them things
Yeah, the
and catch
Pikachu.
them all.
9:45, yeah. 9:45.
So 3 hours?
All right, so Nick Game's still live.
Chase game, guys. Thank you.
I just got word, speaking of the Nick game, that they're playing is if you win a hand but do not show the hand, you keep your nit buttons. So a little bit of the moron clause in play, where if you
Contract.
Contract.
don't turn over your hand, you keep your nit button.
Okay, perfect. All right, 2 players with the nit buttons, Wooney and Ice in the mix here. Comes ace high here. JD with the ace 10 once again out in front. Ice with the top pair, backdoor diamonds,
Let's go have ace again.
and a lonely little 6 that needs some help. It's going to make the call. Wooney here with just backdoors is going to make the call as well. So the Nick game definitely forcing some loose play here. And a 3 of clubs on the turn does bring in some extra outs for Wooney. Needs another club to improve to the best hand. Yao still in the mix looking for a gut shot. Does have clubs and diamonds in hand. So could be thinking about running a bluff if either of those cards complete. As it stands, going to check over to Ice, bets 1.1K. Wooney calls, and JD is like, what on earth is going on here? But I can't quite be holding top pair decent kicker.
For an
he does
okay
make the call.
price. Yeah, big river card coming. And it comes king. Aces and 3s with a king. Chop chop between JD and Ice if it goes to showdown.
JD does have the ace of diamonds, but no reason to do anything too frisky with that, as his hand would love to just get to showdown and will.
Done again.
And so once again, Ice is going to win half of a pot, but he's not going to get rid of his nip button.
This is
So
the
we chopped it
the
twice.
nut low. Yeah.
Still got the
You have to win it.
That's how it is? Oh.
He's like, we chopped
You're
it
my
twice. That's
blocker.
got to count as a win, right?
Salt in the wound. Yeah, half of two chops does not equal a full.
Right now.
That's hilarious.
I can't.
Chop
Yeah,
it.
I thought he was.
Ace king, ace king.
And then he was both guys and then one was
Yeah,
like, shit.
so you have to win.
Yeah, right.
Bring
it on.
Here we go.
All right, so I think JD's winnings are still inflated a bit. I did see that we got the other stack corrected. Yao's stack was corrected, but we may still see JD up a little bit more than he actually is.
200 was announced.
This is JD though.
Full ace king to me once free flop.
Fire.
I think I remember.
Doing his part to make this stream entertaining, raising it to 200 with 8-7 suited. Holiday.
Who did?
She likes suited gappers as well. 10-8 suited. Maybe a three-piece coming. There is. Raise to 600 US.
And I say, you're too good at folding.
Oh, a cold four coming?
I think that's true.
With Q4?
Wow.
I think Woonies must have a history with Holiday and or
Queen was coming.
Fire.
Well, cold 4-bet always looks strong. He does have his knit button, so it makes a lot of sense for him to go for it with holdings like this. The only problem, of course, is that when you do this stuff and you have your knit button, if somebody actually has a real hand behind you, you know, they're probably just going to stuff it since they don't have very deep stacks. But Wooney is going to take this one down, gets to show the Queen 4.
Nice.
And
Mid sugar-free Red Bull order, flips over the Queen 4, relinquishes his knit button. Now he's caffeinated and makes Ice pay everyone $200 US.
Merry Christmas. Oh, sorry. I'll put it. It's there.
Okay, thank you. I'm going again.
Merry Christmas.
It's a pretty significant little gift that he has to give everyone.
Right away? Yes.
And right, just like that, back at it.
Yeah, he'll be
I
like,
love this.
You just won't be part of that round with the
So
nets.
ridiculous. Rule or something.
Down his whip.
All right, so there you have it. Took us 16 hands to end the first knit game, and we'll fire it right back up.
Put it in between the
We are missing a player in seat 5, but perhaps we'll be gaining someone in there. I'm not sure if we have any information about that. But
they might come at the same time.
for now, we'll continue playing 8-handed, and plenty of action here so
Yeah,
far.
8 has been plenty for sure, although we're always down to add one more.
275.
So he might be first up after Rom.
Now with the 7-4 suited. I love the vibes here right now. The pre-flop aggression, the wideness of opening ranges makes it so much more fun to watch than just watching Ace King versus Pocket Nines over and over and over.
If he didn't go base, I probably go, base.
Bob, Anastasia, I'm building knit buttons on my 3D printer tonight for my home game. That's legit, man. What a value add to your home game.
Just because he was in there, huh? You good, Oli?
Hopefully it's a fixed limit mixed game and you need another player. Although that would be a pretty brutal knit game.
Queen good.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see that in action.
It'll be part of Ben Kirby's Down Bad Invitational.
Raising with 10 high.
There we go.
I show front, right?
Yeah.
$50 buy-in.
Shit.
Unlimited re-entries.
Got a pair though.
So I think this one, yeah.
3-day late registration.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, Trey. Don't talk to me.
All right, so Yao here gets rid of his knit button as he flops bottom pair and takes that one down.
Are you doing the part of the game where the show you get an extra show?
Ice here, not at the table for his hand.
If you have a group like this, man, just
Mooney with Ace King.
225?
Yow, real hand. 2-piece. Oh my gosh, I love it. 25 cent, 50 cent limit. Little quarter chips. As Paolo's forced to fold the 2/8s, facing a raise and a re-raise.
Yeah, Fire here, he's pretty frisky, but King Jack off from the straddle, a little bit speculative. Is going to make the call, and back over to Wooney here, who's now very incentivized to squeeze this up even.
And Wooney's going to rip it. Ace King versus Jacks. This looks very strong from Wooney. He's only played a couple hands.
It looks strong, but at the same time, going all in is perhaps a little bit of a tell. Because there's a lot of money left in Fire's stack after Yao gets his chips in for 3K, right? So, Wooney, if he has pocket aces or kings, maybe kings he'd just do this because why not? You know, just get one player to call or just have everybody fold. I don't know. That one's a little bit weird, but I just think if you had aces, you would be more incentivized to raise to a smaller amount to try to get Yao and or Fire to come along for the ride. So yeah, I think Yao here, I almost expected just a snap call, but thinks it through, does come to the conclusion that, like, you know, jacks are probably good here. Maybe I'm up against queens every once in a while, but very likely just going to be an ace king.
Only increment to 25.
Only increments 25.
Here we go with all the chips in the middle.
$14,000 pot. Let's go.
Do you see me though, Mooney? Top board is doing twice. Top boards for this.
I had Jack 3, but none of the buttons are working on here. I tried pushing the chip on, I didn't see it.
Here we go.
Oh, I don't want Jack. No, no set. Low 7, baby, 7. Jack is okay, that's good. One time.
Oh, running at 2 boards.
Me too.
Whatever. Oh, chop. Oh,
That's good both
how about
for you.
outs?
So far, so good.
Wow,
Queen
super
on
duper.
the river. Yeah, Yao here. Gonna get the double up
Which was the first
to
board?
8.3K.
Yeah, just ace king, no good.
And yeah, that's a pretty good showing.
3,800 or so.
No good.
It's 3,825.
3,000?
3,000.
Yeah, quick reminder that after that one hand went upside down in the RF Poker input, we are going to show Yao as still probably being down on the night, but I think he's going to be back to even or close to it.
Nice.
8, 9, 10.
And JD here is going to be shown as having a little bit more in his stack than I think he actually does, or at least perhaps more earnings than he
Good to
has.
see it.
You win one of the boards.
Yeah,
King
one,
Jack, right?
one half.
Pretty fun few hands there in that last sequence.
Immediately just anything. Yeah, true.
Keep it up. Make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new piece of content. Like we said, the stream goes live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Take a break on Friday, and then the final table of our 20, sometimes 50K guaranteed, no limit hold'em tournament on Saturday nights. So make sure you're tuned into all the live poker action, and leave a comment in the live chat or comment down below if you're watching this in the future. We appreciate everybody tuning in.
We're doing a time promotion for $500. Buy $500 at a time, they'll match $500.
Wow, let's go. 80 raising to 1,000. Ice cold call.
$500
King, queen.
$500, but you got to be one of the first 500.
Oh, excuse me. So this is a 3-bet to 1,000. Yao,
You have to be at
the original open with the
Game at noon.
nut low, and VD with the 9-7 off with one caller.
Game at noon.
Gonna speculate a bit with the 9-7. Let's go.
So it's a really big place, right?
It's really nice. Really big and really
What a flop. Unbelievable fire. Top pair, ace high flush draw. Pair and a straight draw for Paolo.
They got a full restaurant.
And 9 high for VD. Excuse me, I got those hands flipped. VD has the 9 high.
Yeah, and this is probably one of the best boards for him to bet and get his opponents to fold. A lot of the time, his two cards almost irrelevant given the fact that it's just really hard to connect with this board, and he is the pre-flop aggressor. But he's going to get min raised, check min raised here by Fire, and now VD's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you just have a set almost all the time, maybe some sort of 2-pair combination or even a flop straight. Could be a flush draw every once in a while, but it really just doesn't matter because 9-7 off is just completely toast. So he'll hem and haw and then let it go. And there we go. Fire gonna get rid of his nit button and take down a nice 6K pot.
You don't have to show.
You know the show. But you can
So far,
You don't show?
wow, Fire decided to not show his hand and therefore keeps his nit button.
Too easy. You win again.
keep talking. Keep talking.
Wow. Okay.
That's brave. That's
That-
very brave, Fire.
Wow.
That is an interesting choice.
Did you get your time already?
The last guy who did that,
Can I get the nit button?
he ended up losing.
You want to keep the nit button?
Yeah.
You didn't show.
Hit it.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that. I think I would for sure show it, even if I had a hand where I maybe sometimes not want my opponents to know what I was doing.
Yeah, because it's an immediate net positive,
Yeah.
1600 net positive to relinquish the button. But you're gambling that you're going to make a net positive greater than, yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm
Feels-
100% showing that hand and getting rid of my nit button. I don't care that everybody else has one, so.
Fire's playing fearless today.
You're getting one of me too? Who is he? I don't think I've ever had a professional dealing.
Under the gun.
Big hand. I got small hand.
Keep talking, Fire. Keep talking.
Non-stop.
200?
Right, so raise to 200, and then everybody's just calling, and so it looks like we're going to go massively multi-way here.
Shit, I got the
5, 8, 9, Fire flopping the absolute stones.
And he even announced it. He's like, I got the nuts.
And it
He
goes
literally told everyone he has the nuts.
Woony betting top pair straight draw,
Raise to 600.
300, and then a click from Fire with the 9 high straight. Holiday, second pair. Basically, I'm betting a raise. Feels optimistic. Cold
But
calls.
no one behind her has really shown like substantial strength. So yeah, she can call knowing that everyone else is likely to just call as well. Yao in here with the backdoor spades and a gut shot does not improve his hand.
Now Holiday with a little life, straight draw, and 8 high flush draw. And Woony
13.
continuing to bet. Fire with his own flush draw with the 9 high straight.
Yeah, this is the danger of just check min raising with so many players in the field.
Heads up.
Is you allow everybody to continue for such a cheap price. And wow, the 8 of clubs does go by the wayside as Holiday gets out of the hand. So Fire goes from flopping the nut straight to finishing with a 6 high flush and the best hand. But Woony here has bet flop, bet turn, and looks to be lining up another bet here on the river with just a pair of 9s.
I don't think Fire has shown a propensity to fold any hands.
I think my sister's good.
And he calls with a 6 high flush, $10,000 pot.
Wow.
I get the nuts.
Oh, here are nuts.
I really get the nuts. I told you.
I make the
Wow.
nuts, I told you. Yeah, he did.
All right, now you get it.
Oh, you flop it.
You didn't flop.
I told you I get
You
the
didn't
nuts.
say like, oh shit, flop the nuts.
So,
That's right.
I mean, I don't know if Woony bets full pot or maybe like 5,000
Well, like,
something
How
that
do you do it,
the
Fire?
6 of clubs can call, but at the same time, when you flop the nuts, sometimes you get married to your hand. You're like, no, I'm supposed to win this hand. You just make the call anyways. So
You wait so long for the perfect set of conditions, you finally flop the nuts in a folded pot, and then it comes club.
Flop the nuts river then.
Yeah, we're gonna
And,
get it, right?
I get it. I get being married to it. I do know. This is supposed to be mine. I refuse to
Nice hand.
be this good at the game and fold a straight on a flush board.
He's over there.
all right.
Convince him.
Well, so Fire didn't have to show his ace jack of hearts because he just wins the very next hand. Then.
All part of the plan.
Hey, deuce in the muck. Deuce of clubs, 8 of diamonds.
All right, raise to 200 from JD in the cutoff. Ice and Holiday electing to just call. That's going to bring Woony in from the straddle. So 4 players to a flop, 10 high.
Check a bet, George.
Pair of sevens here for JD is the best hand with the jack kicker. Ice sticking around for another street as he's got 2 overs and backdoor diamonds. Does not improve his hand with the 9 of hearts on the turn. And JD here now like, okay, I think it's time to just shut this down and maybe win at showdown if everybody checks again.
Holiday's got a little too much showdown value as well. Unless she wants to turn it into a bluff, I guess. Maybe that's what she's doing. Or getting value from King, Queen, Ace, Jack. I don't know. Betting 1,000 over to JD with 7s and 9s.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a merge here where she's maybe trying to get value from something like pocket 6s, pocket 5s every once in a while. And maybe if she could get an opponent to fold a better 7, which she does, it actually works out brilliantly. So yeah, sometimes the merge is just the right play because you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Nice bet.
I'll adopt.
Yeah. And yeah, it feels weird if you're JD and see that, you're like, yeah, no, I did have you out kicked, but at the same time, like, what was I doing there? What was I beating, you know?
Right. JD's saying he almost raised, which could be a lie, but he at least thought about it. Fire. It's been his show tonight. Has not been the case in previous episodes, but props to him for running it up in the first hour of the stream. We're literally at the 1 hour mark, and Fire winning over 12,000 US dollars. VD, different story, looking down at his first premium of the night, Ace Queen.
What's the score for
106, 105, 106, 105, something like that. It's still okay.
Yeah, Paolo here. He's in the straddle, but yeah, your hand is just so bad. Can't even continue. And BD is just going to get rid of his knit button easy peasy.
At least JD is still in it.
This guy, he only played like aces.
Did you see what I raised you with when you called me 1,000?
When he called,
Let's wait when you see that 1,000.
when he called, we think clearly. We like deuce 8, 3-8, we fold it. There's no chance. This guy.
Oh, man.
Good times had on the. You'd think they were playing a 2-5 game. These players are playing for brand new vehicles worth of chips.
George doesn't care.
Ice with the 10-3 raising it to 300. Looney, I just hate this position. I don't hate his play, but I just hate being in his position. Small blind with a low pocket pair. You really want to see a flop, but very vulnerable. You're in the worst position. BD flops top pair.
Yeah, I think if you're going to play hands out of the small blind, this is actually the kind of hand to do it with. You know, when you have like King 10 suited or Ace 9 suited, you know, some of these things where it's like you want to play, but you really don't want to be out of position the whole hand and your hand doesn't play very well. You're almost always just going to want to fold it or 3-bet it, but flatting with small pairs like that is actually really nice because you have such a natural check and, you know, you just hand the reins over to whoever's in charge of the hand with the betting lead pre-flop. And if that little pair makes a set, now you kind of get to spring the trap, right? And get a lot of chips into the middle by check raising. So I really don't mind getting in there from the small blind with those sorts of holdings. But it's also tricky because if you're going to flat with your small pairs, you need to have some stuff on the other end of the spectrum to get in there with as well. So then you kind of do have to mix in some, you know, some Jack 9 suited or things of that nature. But wow, we've got a jam here from BD on the river with a one-liner to a straight on board.
What?
I haven't scooped it up.
Ice here bets flop, bets turn, and then gets jammed on the river.
What?
Interesting play there.
Yeah, I'd be
VD.
curious to understand what VD's thought process was with that play.
Maybe banding ice.
He gets a fold out of
I know, I said that.
ice.
Ice.
The 10 high wasn't really doing anything in that hand. But yeah, plenty of hands that his opponent could have. I mean, it's another merge spot is really what it is, right? Like, if he every once in a while just makes it look too bluffy and his opponent heroes him off with a weaker pair than the queen, he can get paid. And then if he does have an overpair or something and just convinces himself that, oh, this has just got to be a straight or better, or sorry, like 2-pair set or straight, and lets it go, I mean, that's a win as well. So sometimes those merge spots, they are tricky to find, but they can be really profitable if you attack them appropriately.
Adam with an interesting point as well, trying to get him off 2-pair. I guess if you assume that your queen is no good and you're trying to represent rivering a straight, you do get all the 2 pairs that beat you to fold. And VD with 2 kings doing the Patrick Antonius thing, or not the Gus Hansen thing, ripping it with a premium right after ripping it with a little less of a premium.
Big stuff all in here.
This might get a call by Paolo with 2 10s. I mean, that's a pretty strong hand.
Yeah, the problem with 10s is, you know,
at best you're flipping like he's never doing this with 8s or 9s.
Exactly. Yeah. At
Good
best,
pot.
you're flipping. Yeah.
I got you, JD. I got you, JD.
Unless he's,
I was gonna do that if you didn't do it.
I don't know, has ace-10 suited. Every once in a while, I don't know.
Freaking play. Where
Again,
are you?
I'm not here
You did this whole
to
speech up on tidy plays, now he's just going crazy.
say one play is good or bad. Really here just to try to get in the minds of each of these players and figure out what they may be thinking.
If you guys got bullshit, it's on your
And then Aaron is here to poke holes in that completely and
Really?
make us all feel
Oh,
dumber.
yeah, actually.
Oh, that's certainly
Someone's a holiday.
not a
Not
result
holiday,
that I'm
someone's a holiday. No.
I'll see.
Yeah, holiday.
9-5.
but Ice here gonna raise it up with the queen 9 suited.
She called
You
it
gave
ace.
it to fighter? Yeah.
No, I beat him.
No, she got me.
Look at Wooney here, who's already shown us that
It was a
he has
cooler.
got guts.
I won like 900.
And here we go, 9-7 off, coming in for a 3-bet.
If it was like 5800, that would be like 90.
Tyler Mawani joining us in the chat says, evening y'all. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome. JD from the straddle, Queen Jack suited.
I'm saying, yeah.
Lovely hand, but this is an early position raise and then a 3-bet from the cutoff. So JD gonna play this as a cold 4.
Oh, no. Did you make a comeback Sunday?
I won a few thousand,
Okay.
but I'll take it.
Yeah, from the.
I was down 26.
Yeah,
How'd you end up doing?
plus 20.
I think it's slightly more. Let's see.
Give me back to the economy. Ecosystem.
He's gonna make the call here with the 9-7 off, and he'll get to play in position, and his range certainly looks a lot stronger than the 2 cards that he's actually holding.
JD flopping top pair with the queen.
Yeah, this is one of those spots where you just want to maintain the betting lead, but keep the pot small. So 1/4 continue here from JD. Quick call from Wooney. And it's another jack on the turn. If JD had a card in mind, this was it. Actually, a card that he's going to check a lot of the time with his range. As the cold 4-betting range not actually going to continue, or going to contain a ton of jacks. Let's see if he does check this over to Wooney. Like JD's going to stick with the sort of standard operating procedure, which is have good hand, get more chips in middle. But Wooney will not continue, and
Save this one, yeah.
I should have folded that.
he's just going to take that one down, drag the pot, and relinquish his nit button.
JD doing the thing that he does week over week. This man is as consistent as they come. At least in this game. He's had differing results on other streams and other games, but
We're gonna say Merry Christmas
Yeah,
again.
chop twice.
always know what you're going to get from JD.
50 to go, dude.
1, 2.
Oh, 52. I'm gonna.
Nice trying to
Call blind.
play for his button.
Call blind, huh?
Nice, nice.
Just gotta try something.
I try to whatever I play, I try something different.
I like to cope on it.
You call blind?
Yeah.
All right, the 9-4 of hearts coming in here for a raise.
I don't like my spot.
Ice gonna come along with some hearts of his
Like reading
own,
that
and
moon.
Fire gets to close the action with the ace-5 off. So 3 players to this flop, and it comes king high, 1 heart.
I check.
I check mine.
Ice with bottom pair.
Get him.
Fire immediately folds. Woony
Check off.
gonna bet 400 with the 9-4. Kings and 6s for Ice.
Take a bit.
Yeah, good card here for Ice, and Woony just gonna continue barreling,
800.
saying if you have some sort of gut shot or whatever, you're likely to just fold. However, having the 9 and the 4 really not good for him in terms of interaction with those straight draw possibilities.
There's only going to be 2 nits, I think.
And with a 3 of clubs on the end, it's really only 4-5 that gets there, so I don't think Ice is going anywhere. And yeah, Woony recognizes that, checks back.
There, calling
And
dark
Ice
works.
will take down the pot,
That was the nice.
and that's another nip button gone.
First one, yeah, Ice has been battling
Follow that tick.
Hollow, did you hear me?
through many chops. First one
Yeah. Wow.
to submit his nit button.
Just cook.
Alright.
Calling dark.
Monkey's off the back. Be careful now.
Yeah, it's on now.
Yeah, I get a cold blind to win.
That's
you know?
right.
That's the only way. I try something
Don't
different.
overthink it, folks. Just call blind.
Double call blind.
Call, call.
Good to do. Raise the 2.
So Paulo, JD, you can only beat Yao.
Okay, Woony raising up with a real hand here. Ace Queen gets called in 2 spots, so 3 players to a flop. Comes 9 high. Top pair here for Ice.
Paolo with a wheel draw.
Please. Please, please.
Everybody got delicious bubble tea. Raisy Daisy. From Ice.
Yeah, chunky check raise here. And Paolo gonna go flat here. In position, but very much representing a strong draw or strong made hand. And yeah, Ice is like, maybe my kicker's no good here. If you can call and then call my check raise as well, you must have something like ace 9, king 9, queen 9 with backdoors, something like that. So checks it over, and Paolo here
18.
now gonna go ahead and use that Pikachu chip to bet
About 1,800.
1,800.
J-Nick is like, thanks. I see those pink chips you could have used, but sure. I'll break a 5K chip. I've got nothing better to do. Ice says all in.
2 hands in a row.
Monkey off the back.
So it looked like Ice went all in.
So I need to give
No, I got 3,200 right now.
And Paolo folds. Right. Okay. Good to go. And now Ice is proud owner of one of those brand new Pikachu chips. As you can see on the screen, once again, TCH Social Las Colinas opening tomorrow. Doors open at 9 a.m. 250K guarantee, $400 buy-in tournament starting tomorrow. 10 a.m. is day 1A with 2 flights. Day 1's on May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and the 6th, excuse me, and day 2, Sunday, May 7th, starting at 1 p.m. Taking a look at all the promotions, complimentary menu tastings. First 500 guests get 2 for 1 time, and everybody can get 9 hours for $99. So get all the info at TexasCardHouse.com. Yeah, TCH Social opening in Las Colinas tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Time.
7. It's a 7, right?
Yeah.
10? It's a 7. It's a 7. Yeah.
As Paolo adds on, Queen 10 off, raising it to 350.
How do you do it? Professional. It's like clockwork, JD. More money.
YG's been teaching them.
Holidays out of the way with the Queen 8 suited, but Yao in the mix with 10-7 suited, and Wooney will close the action with the Jack 4 of hearts. So 3 players to this flop.
It was a tough game.
A lot of Jack 4 in the mix tonight. Top pair for Wooney. Big turn card coming, and it comes 6 of clubs,
Yeah, no good.
which improves Wooney's hand.
Yeah, gut shots here for Yao and Paolo, but with no additional outs appearing on the turn. Going to be tough for either of these players to continue. Really prefer to have a club or more like a 7-5 suited, something like that, to go for a raise. But Paolo disagrees. He says Queen 10 with no club good enough. Go ahead and make it 1,500 to go, and Wooney's like, yeah, okay, well, I got top pair. And now I've got 3 pair. But there are 4 clubs on board.
Every time I look at Wooney's hat, I think he's wearing a New Orleans Saints hat, but it's actually some form of cute teddy bear. As it goes check, check, Wooney's going to take it down, 3 pair.
Edison coming? Okay. Here we go. Do you know Edison? Edison?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He likes to do
14.
He likes to battle fire.
A battle fire? Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So he's a little seat lock for him.
The other guy.
Him or Rom. Yeah, Rom or Edison, whoever comes first.
Yeah, both coming in.
So Paolo's going to lose this round of the net game.
From Rom, he said he'd be here in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Oh, Edison's on his way also.
Oh
You
shit.
want to wait till they get there for the next knit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we finish this one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finish this
So
one.
it sounds like either Edison or Rom, whoever gets here first, is going to get the seat
Paulo.
So tell me what.
in the
Because I live, knitting.
5 spot.
Join. Yeah, yeah.
That's what you just got. 200 for. Okay, good. We gonna do that again?
We're
Yeah,
waiting
we'll wait for the next player here.
You know you're running good when you're like, where did this 200 come from?
That way they can be in too.
I've been raking in so many chips, I can't even keep track. Again, Fire having quite the night, winning over 12,000.
Messes it up.
Makes sense.
I think that's still the stat for him. King 10.
100 raise.
Make it 100.
Yeah, Fire likes these little min raises.
Give you action. Very bad hand.
Both Ice and Wooney make the call. Ace, King, Deuce, rainbow flop here. So Fire with the best of it and the betting lead. So he'll continue betting 200 when checked to, and he's going to take this one down.
Not even with $2.
I got the nuts. I got the nuts.
It's a good card.
Oh, man.
5 more. 5 more.
You got another 25.
Yeah.
Was your poker gone this week, Mr. McAvoy?
I've been playing these tournaments around town here in Austin, and they have not treated me well. I will say that I have mostly played to the best of my ability and have been pretty comfortable with all of my decisions. The runouts have just not been favorable, so
Ouch.
such is life.
100.
Such are tournaments. It's such a sicko cycle of insanity you have to go through. playing tournaments if they're not running out your way.
Always want to call me.
That is absolutely right. Yeah. It's pretty much just like a bunch of people that are playing like regular poker and just like suffering their bad beats every once in a while, and they all just fall by the wayside. And then there's that one guy or gal who just doesn't ever lose, you know? It just keep winning the whole time, and they come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. 6.
All right, top pair of kings here for Yao. Gonna finish with the best hand. Bet 600 for value here on the river, and Fire with 9 high.
Oh, he's gonna fold it. Huh? He's gonna fold it.
Okay.
Is gonna fold it.
Yeah, I know it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so as we very quickly look at the stacks, we still have a couple of players up over the 20K mark. And a lot of stacks, around 10 to 15.
We've yet to have our mega earth-shattering pots so far. We've seen a couple 12, maybe close to 15K pots, but we need that 30 bomb stat. Almost an hour and a half in, and Benny Boy's getting thirsty. Thirsty for the pain. With respect. As VD raised to 150 with 10-9. Ice 3 bets to 350. And Yao. Best of both worlds. Suited king, queen of diamonds. And a 4-bet. VD's like, all right, no, I'm good.
Yao committing a decent stack of chips here, or a decent chunk of his stack rather, putting 1.1k out there, 6k behind. But Ice looks to be interested in seeing a flop. Will get to play in position if he makes the call. King queen off, just not the most amazing hand to play as a call in a lot of spots, but he does go for it here, and very likely both players will miss.
Oh, baby.
We'll continue from there, but Yao does flop 2 overs and the flush draw here.
VD would have flopped the open-ended straight flush draw. Hates to see a fold there. And Yao feels like he hit a value hand as well, betting 1,600 with 2 overs in the flush draw.
$1,600 gets it done there. He
Nice,
takes
Yao.
it down. And number 31 will go onto the books. Or rather, hand number 30. Hand number 31 coming at you. Fire up 12k. Wooney down about 13, if those numbers are accurate. A lot of hands going to a showdown, my goodness. Look at those stats.
Yeah.
Nearly every player has 50% of their hands going to
It's
showdown.
amazing. It's amazing. This is a good game.
Yeah, it is. And the $100 straddle is on. Let's go.
Unbelievable.
Chicken.
That's right. Aces are good.
All right, so VDJD and Fire all in the black / green. Everyone else stuck a little to a lot.
So what's
Yeah, it's been a little weighted toward losing for most players.
9 cent? Oh.
Good thing is Fire has shown a desire to put money in the pot, and so he's given everybody an opportunity. So far, it's been his show tonight. Pal with king, queen. 3 bets from the small.
Did you drive Edison off the road?
Edison. He's behind you.
Me too?
There's a race. There's a race between you guys.
Jamie?
Yeah, I would much prefer this to be multi-way instead of heads up with the 4-5 ball, but he can't get rid of it.
Yeah, definitely some body language tells there. But does settle on making the call, and this is not really the board that Paolo had in mind.
Neither player loves it.
Significant uptick in perceived value here for Paolo.
Yeah, he barrels this 100% of the time and gets Yao out of it.
JD, you got more chips?
More chips?
Holiday.
I have a few more.
Is it so nice?
What's 10,000 among friends on the finger?
So I was talking to her. Oh, sure.
A little Twitch action. Poker Florida 904 giving some. Is that a grimacing potato emoji? I'm unsure, but thank you for joining us from the purple platform.
Grimacing potato emoji. I hope that's what that is.
We are live on Twitch if you prefer that platform. In between watching your favorite video game streamers, you can check us out. Texas Card House. I think the channel is called Texas Card House. Or Texas Card House Live. I don't think it's TCH Live. But as always, we are spending a lot of our time on YouTube, and you can check us out at TCH Live on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below. Tell us where you're watching from. Let yourself be known, and you'll exist in this video for all of eternity, or at least until this video gets pulled for some reason. But yeah, make a comment below in the live chat, or if you're watching this in the future, leave a comment. A lot of raising happening while I was running my jabber over to Rom with 7-6 suited. Who completes for 1,000?
Just 500. Raised 500 and a couple of calls. As now that Ram has taken a seat, I suspect the nip buttons will go out after this hand, but we do have a pair for both Ram and Wooney. Yao with the pocket deuces has his own version of a pair, however it is not improved and going to be tough to continue. But he will make the call after Wooney bets 1,000. Back over to Ram now, who has pair, gut shot, and backdoor hearts. Can't really think he's going to fold, and he does make the call.
Last time I only win the meaning one hand. At the end towards what was that guy? Z-Fish, yeah. Our whole night was just win one hand to recover.
He was ahead, right? You had the draw?
Yeah, pocket deuce. Yeah, that hand got me unstuck. I was stuck all night.
Oh, that was you?
Ram here going to go ahead and donk jam.
That was tough night.
I was like, oh man,
Wow.
send me home.
He's like, well, I've got a 6, and that blocks 5-6, so YOLO.
Rom came to play.
And Wooney here, yeah, he's got top pair. His kicker's not very good, and you wouldn't really expect Ram to do this with something that you're beating unless it's just like some sort of combo draw, like 7-5 of clubs or 7-6 of clubs. You're not even beating that by that much. We can see that here, just up against the 7-6 of hearts, he's only got about 60% equity if you get Yao out of the hand. No, I guess 70% equity if you get Yao out of the hand. But yeah, just a weird spot. And especially strange that you have Yao left to act behind you. This should just be a very inconsequential hand. 5-6 was already there, so the 3 shouldn't have changed anything. Other than give someone potentially 2 pair. But yeah, Wooney's just like, I don't know, it's just too much money. It's a little bit too weird. And yeah, 6 of hearts gets shown. Rams like that's the one that counts.
So we get to play that thing.
Yeah, we can pass.
We were gonna play the Nick game when you got
And
here.
yeah, we're gonna get the Nick game fired up and ready. As
Oh,
I'm gonna step away for just 1 second.
all right.
Gotta work harder now.
I don't know where Paolo went. Can we wait? Let's start when Paolo comes back. Is it okay?
Yeah, wait for it.
It's perfect. Paulo was here too. Let's pretend we started last time.
I thought about it during the hand. I was like, oh, this would have been great.
So this hand doesn't count. Alright.
Yeah, wait for Paulo.
This hand doesn't count.
How do you know? It's not my car?
Ty Wynn says evening TCH. Evening back at you, Ty. Mark Wee says hi, guys. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, now they're on Zoom.
What's happening?
I'll show you how it's done twice now. Any drinks, guys? Any caffeine? Any water?
Knit button's not on right now. Okay? Holiday.
We're not playing the Nick
No
Not
Nick
yet. We're waiting
games.
for Paolo. So not yet. This hand does not count.
Pull them back then.
So this doesn't count right now.
What are you doing? Yeah, why
We'll
not?
wait until Paulo gets back.
Only with the deuce 4, opening things up. Yeah, with kings.
150 to raise, then to 300 raise.
Clicks at the 3.
Wait till.
Why?
Oh my god.
You might have stepped into a shit show. I don't know.
When he completes at the deuce 4.
Holidays
Some
home.
of the gambling.
Holidays home.
The Woody, as it's known around TCH Austin, the 2x4.
Ah, okay. That's clever. Jack 9, 6.
Not me.
Goes bet and call.
They all might have included. Yeah.
7 of clubs on turn. Maybe this is a misread. I don't know how when he's ending up on the turn, but
I've chopped like 4 times.
4 high. I guess if he led at it. Now I'm confused with the action.
Yeah, it shows that Wooney let out and that Yao just called. Now going to go for a check call of a bet of 1,000. River deuce. And yeah, either Wooney is way out in left field here or does not actually have 4 deuce.
9-5.
Gonna bet full pot here on the river with whatever his holdings are,
Essentially.
4 deuce or otherwise, and Yao here basically
They're crazy.
with the decision for the remainder of his chips are very close to it.
We played small last time. Like one.
Calls.
Okay, 4 deuce it was. Yeah, pocket kings makes the call, and
When he was like,
Wooney
this was
just
the wrong
going for it.
time.
Holiday bust, man.
Like, yeah, kings are good. I've got a deuce. And Yao takes down almost a $10,000 pot. $75 at Taco Bell in his future.
Let's go.
Let's go. Nice win.
We post George.
Yeah, and with that, Wooney moves down a big amount, down
hate to see that.
19,000 on the night here.
Kind of slow and steady. I don't recall any major hands he's lost. It's just been more progressive over time. Sucks to lose a 2 buy-ins an hour and a half in, but that's the game we play.
I don't know why they give you the old one. We're gonna do the old one.
3,000.
Just toss it for it. Souvenir.
Wooney right back on the horse. This man is not shy about putting chips in the middle. Yao making the call gets JD to just fold the king jack. But Holiday, she'll get to close the action, so king jack going to be good enough to complete here. And with 1,600 in the middle, 3 players to a flop, comes ace 8-3 rainbow.
Yeah, we
Top pair second kicker for Yao. Top pair no kicker for Wooney.
Yeah, George lost the Nick game because I chop blocked him like 3 times in one Nick game.
1,000 and a call. 5 on the turn. Wooney catches up.
Kept chopping.
Overtakes
Yeah.
Yao.
Wait, no?
This is going to be a tough spot for Yao as he just got these chips off of Wooney, and now the ace-queen feels like it's really, really good, right?
Yeah, this board,
Wooney can have
ace
all
8, 3,
kinds
5.
of hands.
Have you participated in any of them? Have you participated in any of them so far?
Hello.
He's participating in lots now.
Wooney raised to 500 pre. Yao just calls, so maybe under-repping his hand a bit. Wooney's betting 1,000. So I imagine Yao is thinking like, if Wooney has an ace, he could be doing this with ace 10, ace jack,
Too late. He's too late.
even ace 9. But he just calls. He feels like he's trapping. I think.
You had that disappointment left when you
Such a safe board for ace queen, and it comes 6.
Yeah, and I think Yao is going to get put to the test for the full stack here in just a moment. And it's going to be a tricky spot. With Looney already bluffing so much, you kind of just feel like he's just going for it in every spot.
7,000 US. When he did the right accounting, it's basically all of Yao's stack. And if Yao can find a way to get away from this, I'll be impressed, because this is just such a hard spot.
All right, Yao going to be in the tank here for a minute, I would imagine. I'm going to grab my beverage I just prepared. 1 second.
All right.
Is it 207? 206.5?
Tough.
Yeah, and this is one of those spots too where like you've just had your opponent donk lead into you in a hand and take a very strange line, bet the pot on the river, and then announce deuce when you make the call.
Right.
Now the very next hand, you're in a similar spot where this guy is just hammering away on a board that does belong to him in terms of pre-flop raising, but you're just like slam jam at the top of your range, and yet it still doesn't feel good. You're like, all of this lines up to you just be blasting money in and I'm good, but is it possible?
He was close to folding, it felt like there, but
Be careful, show me.
trying to get some information out of Wooney, and Wooney's staying pretty stoic.
Tough. Super tough.
I mean, it's very likely that Wooney will show the hand, given the fact that he has a knit button.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, he doesn't have to, as we've seen Fire win the hand and muck rather than, oh my good lord.
Man.
Yao is about to fold his hand.
Too much, too much.
And he does let it go, and Wooney.
Show me ace. At least. It's fine.
He is not going to show. He's not going to show and get rid of the button.
Wow. So we're in some serious knit game meta now. No.
No!
No, not that end. It starts.
You can't get rid of it. Oh, now he's like, shit, I should have just showed
Just
it.
show one card.
That's amazing.
Wait, were they not playing the game that round?
This queen's done now.
No, they were playing it. He only showed the 5. He didn't show the ace. So
Yeah, wow.
he doesn't get rid of the button.
I mean, okay. I'd be very curious to know what the EV of not turning your hand over in the face of a knit button would be.
I don't know, man. I feel to me, I'm just snap showing my hand 100% of the time. Like the extra value of just going plus 200 immediately,
Right.
is just way too good to pass up.
And you're ensuring that you're not going to be influenced additionally in later stages of the knit game.
Yeah.
Press on speculative hands.
No, it's massive because right now it's an immediate 200, and later on, if you have your knit button and there's only 1 or 2 other players that have theirs, it becomes an $1,800 like in your face thing. Oh man, yeah, I absolutely would be showing my hand as quickly as possible. But that was definitely a spot where it's Yao in the tank, wondering, hemming and hawing, then showing the ace and mucking. Like, you want to just show that dude the 5. For sure, you want to show him the 5 and the 5. I get that.
I don't feel like showing this
But,
one.
man.
He purposely mucked he kept the button. And then he won the next hand, so you can get rid
Gotta
of it.
love it.
Yeah.
That's strong.
That was strong.
What do you get up
Every time.
There's so much shit on this table. It's like confusing. There's so much stuff on here. There's a button. There's this. There's that.
There's a lot of visual clutter.
All right, holds the ice on the button here. 9-5 of clubs.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I pay 100.
Good enough for an open min click here. No chance that Wooney isn't going to play the Choctaw Nuts here.
Thanks, man. Good seeing you, Edison.
Queen 4 two-tone. Ice here flopping a club flush draw. So he'll bet 200.
At the show, right?
Show it down and release the buttons.
You're winning all the hands now.
All right, still plenty of nip buttons in play. We passed the 7:30 Central Time hour. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm Aaron McAvoy, hanging out with you this evening. Also, Ben Kirby along for the ride as well. We will be hanging out with you for the remainder of the evening, tuning out around 10 Central. We still got over 2 hours of fantastic free live poker action for y'all. If you haven't already, please do help us out. Consider hitting that like button. It does improve our chances of finding other viewers out there who would like to see this content. So please do help us out if you are enjoying the broadcast. And make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well, Texas Card House. Putting out live streams 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday, out of Austin and Dallas for cash games, as well as final table of the Dallas tournament on Saturdays. So all kinds of free poker action for you guys all throughout the week.
I'll give you action. Okay. Check. Let me think about it.
Raising a call here, Yao and Wooney going heads up to a flop. Comes King, Queen, 3, all spades. Top pair for Wooney, but gut shot and a jack high flush draw. Second nut flush draw here for Yao. Check call from Wooney on the flop. Pairs his jack now on the turn. Not really the card he was looking for, but does improve in some small way. Yao going to continue betting 1,400 this time into 23, so 2/3 sizing. Back over to Wooney here with the top pair, now up and down straight draw as well. He'll go for the check and call. And river 9 of spades. Yao gets there, makes the jack high flush. Wooney checks it to him. Now a spot for Yao to try to get value. 4.3K left behind. Don't really see too much else to do other than jam this in. Hope to get called by the 10 of spades, perhaps a straight, such as the one that Wooney has. And there it is, all in from Yao, 4.3K. We'll see if Wooney asks for a count or if he just lets this one go. Yeah, he's just over it already. Doesn't even consider making the call. Yao chips up to just shy of 10K.
Sometimes they play with a penalty if you make them. You tell them if you remind them.
I knew you were bluffing on turn.
Sometimes.
Looking there at the earnings, Fire still up at the top of the leaderboard, nearly 13K in the black. JD right behind him, up almost 8,000. Again, there may be a little bit of a glitch in that number, but as far as the leaderboard is concerned, JD is number 2 at the moment. And we'll continue along here.
You're
smart. You get it out of the way early.
Yep. All 3.
Holiday here gonna flat the button with king 4 off. Just gonna try to sort of sneak into this one and play in position. Not a bad strategy with the nit game in effect. But with Wooney calling out of the small blind, definitely a lot of dead money out there. And Yao with the king 10 off, maybe thinking about squeezing this one up. Try to take down all this dead money. But he does just settle on the call. And Paolo not going to complete with the 9 triz. Not a believer.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Wait, 9, man. Yeah, sorry.
So 5 players, 2 a flop. Here we go. 9 for queen 2 spades.
Oh, wait.
Whole lot of nothing out there. Holiday flopping bottom pair.
Alexa, translate.
Vidi with second pair and the best hand.
Thank you, David.
Checks all the way through. Free turn card. It's another queen. It's going to make Vidi feel a little bit better about his hand. Holiday may feel similarly. It checks to her again, but I suspect that Vidi is going to actually tickle the pot a little bit. If Yao doesn't get to it first, which he does. 675 is the bet here from Yao. And heads up to the river we go. Yao versus Vidi, and it's a 7 of hearts, meaningless card for Yao.
Check.
And he's going to shut it down with a loud check. And Vidi will happily show down his pair of 9s and drag the pot.
Holiday swing.
I got my fire. I thought he got a queen.
We do have special by now.
Should do 2 around. You can do 2 a day.
The 2 of the specials of the day.
All right, so JD in the straddle.
9 for
$100
9
straddle.
hours for $99.
2 9 for 99.
You can do that twice a day.
Twice a day. You can do
Per
it
day.
per day.
And you can go over to the future. Balance.
And you can use them at both places per day.
What's
Race is
both
700.
places? What's the
We're opening a new location in Las Colinas tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's like 15 minutes away. 10 minutes away.
But what
15
about,
minutes of traffic.
They keep both. They'll have 2 locations.
I mean, the TCH?
On
I
the
mean, the
stream?
live. Yeah.
Oh, this is
We're not
only
working,
here.
we don't have a live setup over there. Live
Only
will be
this.
ready.
Yeah, stream will only be here.
What do you guys doing for your tournament over there? It's not gonna be streaming.
So Wooney raising it up with the Jack 4 suited on the button. That's going to get Yao to fold the ace queen off.
I need a new card printed. Yeah, and I'll get the
Back over to Ram, the original raiser. He's just got 10-9 off here, but getting a decent enough price, he's just going to have to play out of position. And
Jack 4. It's turning into a premium starter at this table. It's been played
Absolutely.
10 plus times. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but it's at least 6 times. Which feels like a lot as it comes ace, ace,
Ooh.
king.
And that right there is a brutal flop for Yao as he just folded the ace queen to the big raise from Wooney on the button. Yeah, quick bet and take it down. There's the Jack 4. Yao kind of leans back in his chair. He's like, oh, come on, man. That was me.
Playing the nit game, bro. Hence the name. It pays to not be a nit.
Yeah, you just straddle that hand with your 400. You put them in a little diamond.
Yeah, it's always wild. You get rid of your knit button, and then you just looking around and waiting for the people that still have their button to just like torch chips.
That's right.
And you can go in there and get some of them. But man, yeah, you can also just kind of sit back and let everybody go crazy around you too. Let us know in the chat what you guys think of the knit game. Is it a good way to juice up the action? Does it add a little bit too much craziness to the game? What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. And if you've ever played the game, how it affected the game that you played.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if other people are playing this in the home games. I'd like to play it someday. Anything to make No Limit Hold'em more interesting is a net positive for me. I think.
Sorry, it's okay. Sorry, not bad. 500.
5 players see this ace high flop. Checks over to Yao on the button, and he will make a bet of 500. BD though with the top pair is gonna make a call.
I check.
JD comes along for the ride as well with the jack 3 off.
1,000.
And Yao picks up a flush draw to go along with his bottom pair. But VD donks out for 1,000. Interesting plays. And Yao begrudgingly makes the call here. Can he find a queen deuce or spade? He can.
Yeah, with the stare down, hitting his card, 4,000 in the middle. He'd love to get all of it. Meaning he would love to get his full double up. Maybe he goes value sizing. Looks like maybe 3,000 is his original idea.
Yeah, 3/4 makes a lot of sense here. But at the same time, you are just like slam jam at the top of your range. Certainly an all-in for 1.5x pot wouldn't be out of the question. Your opponent certainly can have some 2-pair combos of their own. It was the VD check calling flop and then donk leading turn.
Yeah.
It's always kind of hard to decipher that, but yeah, VD's like, whatever this is just too strong for the ace-8 to consider paying it off. And Yao here sort of bouncing up and down, yo-yoing between winning and losing, and he's now only down about 475 at the moment, so not too bad, not too shabby.
Not too shabby indeed. 3-blind game. We got a $100 straddle on, and a lot of aggressive, loose players. Fun times had by all, although some having more fun of a time, including Ice, who I think, spoiler alert, has aces.
David, donate to me.
Ridiculous.
David? This David?
Ridiculous.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, with the jiggities raising it to 300.
Oliver's a tank. I can't drink. What you drink, I can't drink.
Call from Fire. Ice does, in fact, have those 2 aces. Both players covered.
God, this is always the dream spot. You're in the big straddle. You look down. You're like, oh, I got the birds. And there's a raise and a call already.
You going back to LA soon?
This squeeze size is very inviting, and indeed, Yao gonna quickly make the call. Fire comes along as well, and we've got a story of Fire and Ice here with Yao in the middle. Up and down straight draw, 2 overcards for Fire. Yao with an overpair to the board as well. Ice here. Should still feel reasonably confident in the strength of his hand, but yeah, this isn't exactly the board you had in mind when you don't have the ace of hearts.
Yeah, you're right. If If you go, then you can just might as well stay there. Could be fun.
Ice here hasn't really showed the same tendency as
You
Woony
like that kind of music?
or Fire to just kind of blast away. So
18.
the alarm bell's going off for Yao here a little bit.
Yeah, this could be a huge pot.
He is going to make the call. I think Fire here
You'll probably be go, right?
definitely going to continue. Let's see how he goes about it. He makes the call.
Just a feeling.
And wow, this pot ballooning up over
Big turn
8,000.
card coming, and that looks like a 7.
That's definitely not jamming.
So now Yao picks up a straight draw.
Like a lot of people. Like 3 days.
Yeah, now if you're Ice, you've got one player with about pot left in their stack, the other player with 2 times pot.
That is 4,000.
Wow,
He's gonna keep
an
it
8
reasonable.
would be such an entertaining card for us at home on River.
Yeah, once again with the body language here. Glasses come off, rubbing the eyes. 4K,
Well-
it just looks like such a juicy
Okay, I'm hot right now.
bet
It's not my
size.
thing. 2 cards not my thing. Very tough, man. Oh, that's so tough, man.
Overpair and a gut shot to what is very likely, in his mind, the nut straight. Of course, we can see that if the 8 comes, it would indeed give Fire the nut straight, but
He's got to feel like it's fold or shove, right? Like a call feels like you're 100% calling any river.
wow, okay, the
And he
jacks
does fold.
are folded.
Just have a question for If I fold, can we see the reverse?
I mean, it's up to him.
I mean, if he says yes.
If he says yes, we can show the river. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
All right, so Fire is going to let go of the up and down straight draw. We get to see a river, and it was a meaningless 6. So
Should have told him no, so he had to call. Should have told him no. That way he
Huge
has
pot
to call.
headed over to Ice.
It's King
I wanna
Hog,
see
that's
that
the only
river.
thing I can beat.
yeah,
Cow to best in the YouTube chat says, "Go Fire, go Fire, 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 burn, burn, burn." It just got more dramatic as more I read it. But thank you for tuning in,
25 and
giving
15.
Fire a shout.
You bet the under or over?
Maybe Tao's got a few
Even over.
dollars invested in Fire's performance. Best of luck.
105?
Fuck.
Go ahead.
I lost 105.5. I lost by 5 points. Fuck it.
When the ace deuce suited, love this hand. Raise it to 300.
The lines are good.
Lost.
Oh,
I know, I'm saying the lines are too good. Like you said, you lost by 0.5 points.
Beatty with the pointed boys now. 5xing it.
The books are too sharp.
yeah, this is definitely a spot where you can have the nit game
15 total.
work to your advantage. VD has been relatively snug here this evening, though, so a 5x even on the button should be getting a fair bit of respect, but Wooney's going to make the call with the ace deuce of diamonds, and if we get some diamonds on this flop or somehow ace high, things could get spicy. But that is a king high board with clubs and a spade, so not much here for Wooney, and it's a quick check fold.
If you play my hand, what are you gonna do? Like that. 5 points.
Small pot for VD. On to the next one. He's up 6,400.
It's the only thing I can do.
Pretty nice showing so far.
Okay, so strong. No, man.
Maybe they're doing it.
So 3 remaining with net buttons. Gosh, J-Nick is so
Second half,
fast.
whatever it is. You want to know what it is.
Yeah, Holiday for sure, Paolo as well, then we'll get a look down at the other end of the table. And hey, beautiful spot here for Paolo with the ace, king, and a nit button.
Yeah, I was super annoyed that every open he makes, it feels like Paolo's coming
You got me?
over and 3-betting.
Wow. Yeah.
This is a tilt call for sure.
Fear.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Top 2 pair for Paolo and 10-eye flush draw for Yao. Squeaker bet.
Yeah, 1/3 continue, pretty standard here for Paolo, and yeah, it's tough to check raise ever on this board texture, so he's gonna go for the check call. Does find a pair of 4s now on the turn.
No response.
Not what he had in mind. Did want a red card, just not that one. Paolo now
Okay, so
should be choosing a size to try to get all of the chips in by the river.
That'll do
no
it.
response, yeah.
31? 33?
I go. Oh, 33.
So yeah, going to just call with his pair and flush draw. This is one of those spots where you're just literally almost begging out loud for a diamond to come, and it comes a 3 because you know it's not going to come when you're running bad. And 9,500 in the middle. Yeah, it's just 3,300 behind. Paolo going to rip it.
Yeah, and this hand just went
Oh, they
from
won it?
bad to
I don't know.
worse here for Yao. The check call of the 3,300 on the turn, just you're just not getting the direct odds. It's kind of one of those spots where Yao's like, well, I got myself into this spot. Maybe, just maybe, I can find a way out on the river. Just doesn't come through, and now he's going to be playing a nub once again.
$12,000 pot. Paolo, solid 5K ad. And he's on the leaderboard now. Only 3 losers tonight so far. Wooney losing 18,000, and Yao
I think so. I don't know.
adding
I got a bad feeling.
to that green number in the worst possible way, down 8,200, 8,300. And he's adding on 5, like a boss.
Yes.
It'll be us one day.
You had 5, right?
It will be us one day. Yeah, let me get 5,000 more that I just have in my pocket here.
I did, yeah.
No worries.
200.
200?
Yeah, with the Ducks, raising it to 200. Paolo with ace 10, 3-betting him again, dude. This gets so
Alright,
annoying
look at your hand.
when you're Yao.
Wanna look at your hand?
JD doing God's work and
That is.
waiting to get Fire back to the table to look at his cards.
Classy move.
Over to Holiday here. Does she want to call this 3-bet with the 6-5 suited? She only has 4.5, 4.6K in her stack. So she's going to go for what looks like a really strong cold 4-bet. And she's going to get this through. Easy peasy. Let's go, Holiday.
I set it up. You know. I just talked the
Good job, Holiday.
You love to see it.
shit. I set it up.
That's
So
the
now-
power of the short stack right there. She's like, Yao doesn't have a nub. I've got a nub. Let me just put half my stack out
I felt bad
there.
for her. I thought she was going to lose. Then she
Heads
goes
up
crazy.
between
and
Rom and
snap folds.
JD for the net
She
game.
has 6 high. She has 6 high and like 3K.
And 46. Rounding the 8 o'clock hour. Ben K, Aaron McAvoy with you for the next 2 hours. We've been here for 2 already.
I set it up.
And one of the more entertaining games we've had in a while. I've enjoyed myself.
I told her she's going to lose
And,
the Nikkei for sure. I had a bad feeling. She should get it
putting
right.
words in his mouth, but I think Mr. McAvoy has
Talk shit
too.
for like the whole time before he
absolutely.
doubled it. Now you look like a bitch, fella. Whoa.
Wasn't that big of a fool.
Nice man, Oliver. Nice man.
Holiday.
Fire raising up
10
gets
kicker.
called in 2 spots. None of these players with a hit button,
Rom
but
already had
top
the hand we
Fire.
we weren't playing yet. Now he's gonna
And
get fucked up.
second pair, sorry, top
1800.
pair
Sorry.
with the jack kicker here for Wooney. Dangerous waters ahead for he.
It's gotta be. 700.
It's gotta be. Oh, I like your side. It's gotta be.
Pop the nuts again?
Top two now for Fire. A little bit of a scare card here for Wooney, perhaps. That could allow him to get away from this a little bit cheaper.
I don't have the nuts. But I have very powerful hands. Just like the nuts.
Fire here once again effectively telling his opponent that he has the nuts.
You never have it, so you can say it.
Okay. You got me.
Okay?
Yeah.
1.1k, and Wooney really doesn't want to see a queen or a jack here on the end. It's a king of clubs, and he does have the queen of clubs, so key card here for Wooney actually in hand, but he's going to check it over to Fire, and Fire should feel pretty good about value betting the ace queen here.
I can't call anything then. 500.
Haha, bet of 500 here.
I got the nuts, thank you.
Wooney's like, I can't call anything, and Fire's like, well, how about 500? Okay, I can call that, and that's an extra 500 for Fire.
I want you to, rebase me, you know? But it's good, it's good.
Man, cheap, nice hand.
Thank you.
All right, so still JD and Ram with their nip buttons, waiting to see who's going to pay out that $200 per player.
Battle's on for 100. You know what time it is? It's 10 to 8. 10 to 8. 7:50. 7:15.
JD with a raising hand.
400. Anybody want any drinks, guys? Any caffeine, water? 400.
So far.
Okay, I'm going to let you get away from this one. So someone can pay us. Everybody.
Ram here, of course, incentivized to play pretty much any two cards.
True.
Get away from nothing.
And Yao gonna get in the mix here. He's like, all right, these guys could have a whole bunch of bullshit. They're gonna be fighting to try to take this one down, and 7-6 suited, definitely a playable hand. So 3 players, 2 a flop.
And the joint bottom set for JD. The absolute nuts for Yao and Ram with second pair and a wheel draw. And backdoor hearts. Let's freaking go. What a board.
Yeah, this is a spicy, spicy flop. Yao checks it over. JD continues 600 into 1350, so a little under half pot. Ram here could go a couple of different ways, but I suspect a call in order. You really would hate to raise and then get re-raised. I mean, your hand doesn't have so much equity that you would hate the result if you did have to fold. But yeah, just calling here making a lot of sense. Now back over to Yao. How does he approach this one? He's the effective stack here, 7.2k. Pot already at 2.5, so stack to pot ratio under 3 already. Yeah, he is going to pounce immediately.
22.
Raise to 2,200.
JD. With the bottom set here, I mean, there's a lot of draws. There's a lot of 2 pairs. Maybe not a lot of 2 pairs, but there's definitely 5-4 out there. 3 combos of 5-4 suited.
That's why he looks so good.
That's right.
No. Great clips. $18, baby. They raised it. It used to be 17. Now it's 18. 50?
Really? 50?
40 for a cut. That's like 20 for the year.
JD makes
Smooth call.
a call.
And now Ram has got to be thinking, "Ooh, this feels optimistic, but let's do it."
Yeah, I mean, still has the top pair. Can hit a deuce for a straight in his mind, and maybe a heart. Oh my good lord.
Oh, wow, JD. 3's full. Immediate ship from Yao for 5K. And JD. Oh, I guess I'll call. And Ram turns trips. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just now computing this in my brain. Ram just turns trips with an ace.
Yeah.
This is absolutely going 3 ways.
Yep. You're right. A little under. About at 5.
What a turn card.
Yeah, I mean, this, you couldn't draw this up any spicier.
JD's all in. Instant call from Rom. 3 ways.
What is?
I gotta go.
$31,000 pot. Biggest pot of the night.
I mean, I don't
Let's
know.
freaking
What do you
go.
think? David?
Huh?
Wow.
What do you think?
I got a strong hand. I got a really strong hand.
What do I think?
So Yao here is completely dead,
He has a good hand.
hoping to fade some stuff like hearts or spades, but that isn't part of his reality, unfortunately. He could already walk away from the table to the rebuy cage or
That's ridiculous.
just sit back and watch these other two players battle it out. Ram here can get bailed out with a 4, 5, or an ace,
He clicks buttons
but
on
he's
it,
drawing
gets rewarded.
thin. And JD here, who had a look on his face of like, ooh, I don't know about that snap
Guess I'm
call
up
from
against-
Ram,
yeah.
is way, way, way out in front.
Big river card coming. 10 of hearts. Safe for JD. Looks like they're running it one time.
Jesus. Flop the straight.
Yeah, unbelievable turn card here for JD. Sets up both of his opponents to get all the money in, drawing way, way, way behind, and he is going to ship a profit of nearly $20,000 on that hand.
Crazy.
Jeez.
That is a turn card.
What an incredible turn for JD. And that was basically the one card that
Chips on the
gets
stage, please.
all 3 players
Jesus.
in the middle. Huge pot.
What a turn.
Yeah, both Yao and Ram going down to the felt. And more chips will be added on here. Looks like one brick here from Ram, perhaps a little bit more. Oh, no, just got to give his card. Okay. And Yao has already added on a little bit more. Can't quite see how much he's got there, but
It's up to you guys. Okay.
One more round of the Nick game.
This guy.
oh yeah, because Ram's gonna have to pay this out as well. He gets felted and has to pay this out.
That sucks. Insult to injury. Golly.
Yeah, I was 7.
Yeah, you got it.
Straddle on.
Straddle on.
Man, JD, you run so good.
Flop the nut straight.
For like 15 years, I've been saying good.
7.
Ram had a 5.
Wow.
When can you put the thing out on the line course?
Oh, sorry.
100 to go.
They're just barely noticing it.
They just noticed.
With the last 2 of the nip button. That's so sick.
Sheesh.
You're so lucky, man.
Someone with
Great.
a very relevant comment saying, I've seen this JD movie before. Yes, we have.
400 is the bet.
And Mark here seemingly quite familiar with the dealing prowess of Nick in the box here.
What are you behind on? Well, you're behind 10,000?
You're in the 10,000 minus the
Yeah, 84.
80.
84. It'll be 84 because it's 16.
Yep,
All right,
84
wrap.
plus 16 is 10,000. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, right back on the horse here for Ram as he is going to have to pay out the Nick game and then raise it up to 400 from chips that he doesn't quite have on the table yet.
I'm trusting the agency.
So rude.
My calculator's right
We've
here.
been doing 14 and Ron's going to be dead, so.
You're right.
Have you ever been felted
You're right.
with chips that you don't actually have in your possession yet because
I
they're being
think so. Probably like
crunchy?
in the WinStar days, way back when. I think I've probably experienced that. Starting to evoke some PTSD now that I think about it. What about
Yeah.
you?
Well, so here at TCH Austin, we have chips in the well, so you do your rebuys directly at the table. So, you know, even if you're playing 1-2 and you just are ready to stuff your next 300 buy-in in, you'll have those chips right in front of you the vast majority of the time. So, hasn't really happened to me. I have had in a 2-5 game for sure had, you know, a chip runner bringing me a fresh, you know, 1K or 2K or something like that, and had a substantial number of those chips already invested before I did have the rack actually in front of me. But I don't think I've ever been all in and felt it with chips that I didn't have in my possession yet.
50, right?
Yeah.
Ice here with 30K in front of him, up $150.
Thanks, JD.
Healthy Taco Bell run for that man right there.
30,000 behind him. Up 150.
Right away.
That's
What a baller.
JD here showing 38K in the stack, up 26,000 or thereabouts. All right, gonna refresh the coffee. One second.
Thanks, Rum.
Coffee is absolutely a code word from Mr.
See,
McAvoy.
Holly, you just needed a little pep talk from JD.
I still play Palo. Did I set it up? I set it up for you, Palo. The hand's Palo's fault.
We've reached the halfway mark. $250 pot limit Omaha bomb pot. Well, $250 flip. About to be underway. This is TCH Live. It's Spin Kirby with you alongside Aaron McAvoy for the next 2 hours. You're watching live poker from Texas Card House in Dallas. Private social club here in the heart of Dallas with a brand new location opening in Las Colinas tomorrow called TCH Social. As much poker as you can handle alongside a full bar and kitchen like a boss. TCH Social opening tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the Las Colinas area. You can get all the info, texascardhouse.com, and the inaugural event, $250K guarantee, $400 buy-in tournament, starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow as well, with, I think, 4 days of day one flights, 2 flights per day, and day 2 concluding on this Sunday. And 49, new dealer in the box. J. Nick just spent 2 hours dealing out some carnage, as Mark Lee says. And we are on to the second half of the stream. Thank you, everybody that's joined us. Hit the like button and commented. All that good YouTube stuff. Players all contribute $250. Before the deal of the hand, everyone gets 4 cards face down. 5 cards face up. Luckiest player wins.
Oh, I cannot win.
Be the jack first.
Me too.
Oh, 10's a good card, Holiday.
We have each other's
10-9.
Yeah.
Ace 10.
Okay.
3.
Oh!
He's got a 3.
3 threes.
You see this? You see this? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, fuck.
Jack 3. Hiya.
Nice. Excuse me, Fire saying he's got Jack 3. 3 is full.
Oh, your last card was
got 3 too. You got 3?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll house is gonna win, guys.
Tomato.
2250 headed over to Fire. Scooping another one.
What you?
Yeah, the Night of Fire continues here.
That's right.
Up a healthy amount, playing 2 cards. Wins the flip as well. Feels good. And yeah, as we take a look there at the earnings, Fire up about 15K on the night after taking down that flip. So
yeah, so they
nice results here for he and JD.
This light and the blue light.
Now, here we go. Continuation of the Nick game.
It'll be like green on the person
As
who's actually this and like red on everybody else. It'll, like,
Ram has gotten rid of his
the only
knit button,
annoying
I
part, don't know if
suppose,
I
here
noticed
already.
that, so maybe they got rid of it, is that in between
Everybody else
streets,
still
like,
working with theirs.
Nick game is on.
Rom's already won it, though.
Your Rom's already out, so.
Yeah.
It was already on for, yeah.
$100 to play, guys.
Wait, huh?
We started before the flip.
Yeah, Rom won
And
the
Rom already got rid of his button first hand.
Yeah.
He lost the Nick game, and then the next hand we started it, he got rid of his
Let's
button.
get a rebate.
All right. Raise from early position here. Ice with the suited 1-gapper. Ram going to make the call. The ace-4 diamonds. Holiday in the mix as well. Yao trying to sneak in there with the 7s, and Paolo here with a real hand. Pocket jacks in the big blind. Time to squeeze this up and take down all this dead money. Love this size. 2200 here from Paolo. Asking the question, does anybody actually have anything? Because y'all are just flatting this 300. And pretty much if he gets through the original razor of ice here, the answer is going to be a resounding nope. Give me the monies.
So do they want to set up at the new place? Want to just keep it all here?
Ice here certainly sitting on a deep stack and knows that at best he's likely to just get calls behind if he does. Or sorry, at worst he's just going to get calls behind if he makes this call. But yeah, he'll think better of it, gets out of the way, and very likely to see a cascade of folds down the line.
They put a new setup at the new Houston location they just opened.
Yeah, I saw they had to turn there. Stream looks decent.
Yeah, I think they had a cash stream on Thursdays or something.
Oh, did they?
I think it's partially.
Wow, Ram though is going to go for the flat. Out of position with a suited wheel ace.
Yeah, the business is a little slow. So far, yeah.
Still with 2 players left to act behind.
Really
Holiday's out of there, and now back over to Yao, who's playing a relatively short stack here, given the dynamics of this hand. We've seen him call and put significant amounts of chips in the past, and sure enough, he's going to come along this time. And perhaps in his mind, screaming, put a 7 or a 6 high flop out there, please. And there is a 7. 7 on board. Also an ace here for Ram. And wow, Yao just donk jams this in. I don't necessarily like this.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you have the 7 of clubs as well, so you're not really, you're not worried about anybody having pair and a flush draw here, so you really just don't want to give any ace an option to get out of there. I mean, Paolo, he'll fold the jacks, of course, but what does this do to Ram? Oh, Ram, okay, Ram's already made the call. All right, here we go. Ram gonna need a board pair real quick. Doesn't find one. He is drawing dead.
This is what Yao needed. Full house.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one all night. Kind of a tough showing so far, and a little change in momentum for him.
Yeah, up and down all night. Yao has been playing a ton of hands, and he gets a haymaker to the chin, and then he throws one of his own, and is battling back and forth. And after that one, he is still stuck 7,000, but moving back up in the right direction.
He's got to be happy about that result, being only stuck 7K.
Yeah, and this leaderboard really getting polarized fast. We've got a few players kind of hanging out in the middle. Ice and Holiday just kind of chilling, but everybody else either up big or down big, it seems.
For 19 actually. Oh, you
And I like the makeup of this table and the stats we're seeing. Consistency to showdown, how VPIP, all that good stuff. Pretty action-packed game. Lots of swings to be had here on TCH Live. Fire with ace deuce, I think makes it 100. I don't think that's a straddle.
Race to 100, re-race to 200. I say 300 for you first.
Looney with the 7-5 and a knit button clicks it to 200.
Re-race 400.
Fire clicking it back to 400 and a quick call from Looney. Jack 10-7, bottom pair for Looney. Fire with just the nut low draw. Announces 500. Quick call.
Good luck. I need it. Can't beat him.
Comes king.
Can't beat you.
You will. You will.
1,200.
Take it.
I just want to count it. That's what.
Pedal to the metal here works for Fire. Ace high
1,200.
takes down.
See it. I'll look ahead for a little bit.
Good board to continue barreling there, so really like the play. And gets rid of his knit button, so fantastic result all around.
So, do you have any notable hands to share from this tournament run you've been on the last week or so?
Unfortunately, my biggest hands have been really bad ones. So, without just sharing bad beat story after bad beat story, I
Right.
will just share one because it's sort of the one that you roll your eyes at the most, where sort of a loose cannon at the table who's just shoving all in free for like 40 big blinds and such. Pretty willy-nilly left and right. Wake up with ace king. I open. He 3-bet jams. I call off. We both have ace king. He's ace king of hearts. I have ace king double suited, and of course flops one heart and then runs out heart for him to double up through me and leave me with 20 big blinds after I had a pretty decent stack.
Ouch.
That was a pretty savage way for one of my bullets to go down in flames.
Oh, just because you're not lucky today.
Apparently I do.
That's why.
But yeah, sometimes that's just the way poker be, especially in tournaments where
Right.
it's just like, oh, that's a 1 in 17 or whatever that's going to happen, and it was this time.
Yeah. Doesn't make it any easier in the moment. A few minutes later, you can process, but in the moment, it's like, this is frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's all I can do. Because I'm short.
Queen for fire. Looney just with the bottom pair.
Yeah, Paolo here trying to take the woody and just run over the opposition, but fire going nowhere with turn top and a gut shot. 4 on the river does pair Paolo, and let's see if he just shuts this down or if he goes for another big barrel. Gonna need to be real chunky. Does go for the roughly 2/3 sizing here. But yeah, if you're fire, there's pretty much no other way to play this, I think.
If he has a pair, he's just going to check.
Getting a peek at the pot here is fire, trying to figure out what kind of price he's actually getting laid. And Paolo's like, please just have like Jack 9 or King 10 or something, like, please, so you can fold.
Okay, call.
Good call.
Huh?
Good call. Good call.
I call.
You win.
Okay, gonna block me.
What?
Fire announced call,
Nice hand, fire.
and Paolo said good call.
Wow.
This guy running good.
Remember what I say? Today not your day today, Paolo.
Jeez.
$13,000 pot there for fire. That's going to move him up even further.
Yeah, he's in JD territory now, I think, with that pot. Curious to see what the total leaderboard is. Here it comes. Yeah, 25K for JD. Fire on his heels, winning 23,000 tonight. Let's go.
And then Vidi, the only other player who's won money this evening. Nice little chunk of change. Him 5.7K.
Yeah,
Everyone else
absolutely.
sucks.
So it's some skill.
But Ice and Holiday basically just treading water here down just a handful of big blinds. So not really a lot of damage done to those two players.
Yeah, Holiday's been avoiding a lot of the big swingy spots, but also it just hasn't had a ton of premiums to speak of. When he down 20,000 to the King 10, he's going to raise it to 300. Vidi, like you said, having an okay night for himself with Ace King. He's got a 3-bet 1,000. Nonchalantly, JD with the ace jack taking it in and decides to fold.
Yeah, JD with really good situational awareness, just recognizing when the sort of cadence of the raises doesn't add up for him to turn this hand into a squeeze. Looney here, he can just close the action, or he can go for another bet, and he does.
Wow.
4,500.
Yeah, and this is a little bit wild. I mean, certainly the nit game in effect, BD is on the button, so you give him a little bit less credit.
All in.
But yeah, this is the danger about reopening the pot instead of just paying your 700 to see a flop.
Fire asking how much is it?
Okay. I fold.
There's 8 over here. It's like 8.
Yeah, Looney here now.
Yeah, this sucks for Looney. 23,000 in the middle. And now you're sitting there with king 10 off. You feel for him.
81.25.
Yeah, Looney came to play tonight. That much is very clear. But getting himself into some sticky situations, trying to sort of ram through some of these spots with pure aggression. Now kind of just doing some math. He's like, God, I mean, the pot's 22,000. I've got 11 behind. He's getting bang on 3 to 1.
17, or 16. 16.
But yeah, really tough to think that King 10 has 33%. I mean, your opponent has pocket queens, pocket jacks, like you got one overcard and you're 30% right around there. It's shown the ace king and will get to breathe a little sigh of relief that yes, indeed, he was in the rough spot.
Nice pot for BD for sure. Gets to get rid of his nip button and now over 10,000 himself.
Yeah. Ace jack spade.
Oh.
Whatever. Yeah.
He raises 2 hands. Pick the spot that you just had.
Can't help ourselves.
Didn't believe when you're like, all right, this is the time.
Top card here, bottom card goes here. Shift it around.
Catch Holodow.
When he's like me, he sees that dead money out there, and he's like, let's go get it.
King queen for Looney raising it to 200. He needs to get something going. As Yao with ace-7 suited calls. Paolo, I think a squeeze is inbound and it confirmed. 850. Paolo's a tough player.
Bless you.
Damn it.
Back over to Looney. V-pipping pretty aggressively this second half of the stream.
Makes the call. So Yao here getting laid a pretty good price to come along for the ride, and he will. So yeah, we're going to go 3 players to a flop. Yao playing man in the middle.
3 players.
Paolo with the betting lead. Wow, good spot here for Looney to get some chips. He is going to have top pair second kicker. But we're going to go checks all the way through. Paolo not going to c-bet his king jack. And we get to the turn now. Both Paolo and Yao playing
I'm not good enough.
nut and second nut club flush draws.
I'll have Holidays 10-3.
Come on.
10-3, good.
13.
Mooney leading out after checks through on the flop, 1.5K. Yao makes the call, and Paolo here now with a decision.
It's too good. It's too good. See it so many times.
And he's going to make the call. So here we go. 3 players to a river. Will we find an action club?
You need to make your next game money, though. You need more. You need more.
Looks like a black card, but it's the Queen of Spades. Kings and Queens for Looney. 7,100 in the middle. Nice size pot. He needs this one. Dodged the world and picked up even more equity. 100% of it, actually.
Not often. It's mostly just holiday.
The high stakes mostly just holiday. There's a smaller game. There's a few more that I'll play.
7,000 in the middle here.
Mostly just the slating.
Only want to bet an amount that can get called by a worse hand.
Yeah. Travelers.
And, you know, potentially leave some room for them to see that there's some fold equity if they were to try to bluff. But, yeah,
calls.
instead, just going to get full value here, 4,200.
Nice pot for Looney. Wow. He needed that one. He's been waiting all night. 15K.
Yeah, that'll chip Looney up to a little over 20,000. Still in the hole here for sure, but that is a big move up.
First Pikachu chip for him.
I got up.
Maybe we'll see the turns table over the next 1.5 hours.
I was like, how do I even submit this? Found the website, submit it. And it clearly said submission is open until midnight, or it said
10K more.
Looney immediately gets rid of the 5K.
Anyway, it said submission time was until 0000 UTC -5. So I was like, hey, let me Google what this is, you know? And it was Central Time, midnight basically. So I was like, okay. So they have till midnight. So then I was just like, yeah, whatever. So I just blew it off for a few more hours. And then come around the afternoon, I was like, shit, I should put some time in. So I actually started working on that night. I took time off and went to dinner, and came back and finished it up, right? And 11:50, I was like, all right, let me go turn this thing in. And I turned it in, and I didn't realize that when I turned it in, it was gonna send this email blast out and be like, oh, so and so's blasted this email with all these people on it. It was 11:50. I'm like, oh my god. So everybody knows I turned it in last second. I was just like,
Paolo raising it to 150 with the Queen 10. Fire King Queen. Clicks it to 300.
I thought it was just gonna get submitted, and the next day somebody would come through and review and approve it or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to plan all Really, I'm thinking about it.
Looks like we had an unfortunate occurrence of Holiday's cards sitting out on the scanner and the dealer thinking that she was folding.
You gotta protect your hand, folks.
It saved you, Holiday. Saved.
Dealers are trying to deal a quick game and kind of get
we'll see on stream. We gotta look at the hand. Yeah.
muscle memory. If they see cards out in front,
yeah,
they're gonna put them in the
time,
mouth.
just pull it back behind the red.
Yeah.
Have to control the pots, they're too strong.
It's unfortunate.
I get very good hand. I get very good hand.
10-8 of clubs would finish as just 10 high, so no harm, no foul. Although we are just checking all the way down here, and Fire winning with King high, so perhaps Holiday would have had an opportunity to bet at some point, take this one down, but Fire will ship it nonetheless.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really gotta. The scanners are obviously under those circles, but you definitely have to protect your hand once you scan. Before and after.
Holiday.
Yeah, non-stop. Non-stop.
JD, can you give me change?
Yeah.
Bank of JD.
4K black.
Open for business.
And then a blue or 2 pink.
Pikachu coming in from off the table, or was that?
I don't know what. I think he was.
Yeah, you did under for both.
I don't know.
Yeah, game under.
I mean, the same amount of chips are still on the table for JD. It's just kind of a funny
Right.
little interaction there.
Nine three. JD really wants to get rid of the nit button. Raises it to 400.
Alright, too good.
And Ice has ace king.
Just going to call. Wow, Holiday with an opportunity to get in there. The queen nine off, but she just lays it down, and it's going to be three ways to a flop. Ice with a trapped ace king on the button.
Second pair for JD.
Call.
Call from Ice.
Heads up.
And it comes 4.
Ice looking for an ace or a king on the river, doesn't find it. And JD here just going to check it over to him, and he'll show down the 9 triz, baby. Let's go.
We get rid of it.
Yeah, definitely a spot where Ice is now kicking himself like, oh, I should have just done a regular 3-bet there and just taken this one down.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you did more impressive.
Now Ice and Holiday
I thought I had the
going to
hand.
be battling with Paolo to
Holiday,
get rid of their nit buttons
No.
next.
Yeah. Tomato.
George, you have to defense. You know,
Month of April really just flew by. Here we are, May 2nd already.
that's not good.
Summertime is about to get into full effect. Exciting times in the Kirby household as well. You guys welcoming your new child here in just a couple of weeks, am I right?
Yeah, we're like a month away.
All right.
And the crib is not built. So, well, it's a problem for future Benny, I guess. Probably this weekend.
It's a little
But
side.
yeah, we're like literally 4 weeks away from having 2 children and a lot of poker to be played in my future, my near future,
Oh, they're not just the usual.
with all this extra free time I'm going to have with having 2 kids now.
Yeah.
But
Well, hopefully you at least get one day in where you can just go and relax and play some cards, and, like the calm before the storm,
yeah, I'm hoping to at least. I think there's a chance maybe I'll play this Las Colinas tournament too. Like not to pander too much, but I think there's a chance to maybe fire 1 or 2 of these flights for the Las Colinas tournament to try out the new room, and maybe even make it down to Houston. There's a few of those mixed game events happening at TCH Houston, which would be sick right before the baby comes, and then then my life is effectively over in terms of hobbies after that. But it's well worth it to me. I'm willing to not have hobbies in order to have some cute kiddos.
Heck yeah, man. All right, raised to 300, and so far everyone with the option of calling has done so.
I agree with Rena in the chat. So far, this has been a very interesting stream. Interesting indeed. Like a lot of very interesting spots and meta game at play. A lot of human factors, and the nit game being an additional element. Very interesting play and results tonight.
6 players to a
6
flop.
players with the on the 8 deuce 4. Second pair for Rom. Deuce on the turn.
Does bring in a heart flush draw here for Fire, but everybody's just checking, so Ram's like, okay, I guess I'll bet 1,000 and let's try to take this one down with the second pair. Fire has been on fire here this evening, so 2 overs and a flush draw, yeah. He's going to stick around, and Would not be surprised in the least if we see a queen 10 or a heart here on the end. It is a 10. Check, check, fire shows that 10, and Ram is going to begrudgingly fold his 4 and ship nearly $4,000 over to Fire, who is now up over $31,000
Wow.
in front of him.
Jesus.
I'll just keep doing it if that's cool.
What would you spend $31,000 on?
I would buy myself a nice little car, I think. I'm already in the market for a car. I've got my eyes on one right now that is significantly less expensive than $31,000. But if I had $31K tomorrow that I didn't have today, yeah, I think it'd be a no-brainer. Snatch that little Volkswagen up and
I like it.
sail off into the sunset. How about you?
Have some air conditioning in your car for a change.
No, AC actually works in my old beater. That's one of the things that works in that car, but
Awesome.
there's plenty of things that are not great about that vehicle at the moment.
For me, I've recently got interested in buying land, and so I'm curious, like looking for some land north of Dallas to either hunt and or shoot, or in just maybe escape on. And so that's kind of been my I have kind of a obsessive personality, and so that's been my fixation as of late, is looking at tracts of land north of town.
Cool.
So I think that could probably get me a few acres out in the boonies.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But there's so many small towns in Texas that I just have no clue about, and so I'm kind of really window shopping right now, where I don't know where the good land is or what characteristics of land are good to look for like undeveloped pieces. So just trying to learn a bit. But yeah, if I had 31K, I think I'd be looking to deploy that in some form of real estate if I could.
Very cool.
My wife would say something very different because she's in the market for a car now that she's going to have 2 kids to transport around. And so might be vetoed there and have to go buy a Kia Carnival van. Huge tracts of land. If anyone out there has good suggestions of areas near Dallas that are outside the city limits for obvious reasons, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. So Yao raising to 1,200 with Ace 10 back to Holiday. Originally opened.
Wow.
And she's just going to rip it with the Queen 10 off. We're battling it now, folks.
No choice.
And he calls with the Ace 10. Wow.
He's like, how much? No choice. Twice.
Yeah, Holiday in a rough spot, dominated here.
Twice.
Gonna need to find a queen, make a straight or a flush. That is not a good board to do either of those on.
Diamond, please. Oh, I was ahead. Oh, I win.
Oh, are we going 1 flop, 2 turns, 2 rivers? No, we are doing 2 full boards. Holiday here gonna need a queen, doesn't find it. Running clubs or running straight cards would work as well, but Yao here well out in front. Does pick up some additional equity. Can Holiday get half of the pot? She cannot.
Who knows? Maybe we'll play the tournament this week and have an extra 31,000 by close of business Sunday. That would be a very ideal outcome.
Heck yeah. Well, I wish you the best of luck if you're able to go and play in the tournament.
Thank you, thank you.
So Holiday here going to need to reload.
I thought it was
You're 19.
$100 straddle is on.
10,
Who's left in the knit game? Ice, Holiday,
And Paolo.
Paolo.
Ooh. Nice holding here for Paolo on the button. Facing an open from Yao.
raise 1150.
And Fire waking up with the Ace King of Hearts. This is the exact situation that I had in that tournament. Ace King of Hearts versus the Ace King double suited. But Fire just going to make the call here. Inviting Yao into the pot or perhaps to re-raise. But it is just going to be a call. And here we go. 3 ways.
1150, sir?
Paolo on the button with the betting lead.
3 players.
Mark Wee says, look in Bonham and the surrounding areas. Yeah, absolutely. For the first time, went out to visit my girlfriend up there where she is from. And
Girlfriend, we're saying now.
yes, sir. Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
It's a fun update.
Yeah, absolutely. She is from up in that area, and it is, yeah, beautiful.
Bonham, Texas, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
A lot of prairie, but some rolling hills and a lot of forest, too.
Okay.
So just some really, really cool little spots out there.
That's what I'm looking for.
And plenty of lakes, too, believe it or not.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that area.
Bois d'Arc Lake. Bois d'Arc Lake. Lake Bonham.
It's Bodark.
Bodark.
Yep.
It's spelled Bois d'Arc.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, I was like, that's an interesting spelling, because I'd heard it pronounced before I saw it spelled, so I was just like, oh, Bodark.
It's like, that's French, but we're going to call it Bodark. That's the most
yeah.
Texas thing I've ever heard. Oh, yeah, short drive to Durant, too. Here, now we're talking.
So Yao here turning the nut straight. Of course, we do have the diamonds on board. But Paolo here perhaps thinking about hero calling with the Ace King high. He thinks better of it.
What is that?
And now Fire here like, well, this isn't exactly how I planned this. Just flatting with the Ace King suited pre-flop.
1 minute.
Check, check, flop, check, check, turn.
Call. Call.
Oh, Fire goes for the check raise, makes it 3K, and before the chips even hit the felt, Yao has announced call.
Snap.
Yes, that definitely was a snap call.
Sir.
Petrol here in the chat wants to know, where are the other TCH Live rooms? Well, as of right now, we've got TCH Live episodes coming at you from TCH in Austin and in Dallas. We also do have a live stream table in the Houston location that just opened a couple of months ago as well. So we can have live streams out of those 3 locations as of right now.
I was up here the Pocket 9 again. Better to play this thing. That's how I go.
Would have been nice.
Ace King, remember? And then it's like
Taking over.
Pocket 9 lose, right?
you get the 1250.
Holiday here going to take another swing with the Queen 10, this time suited, and currently not for all of her chips. Yao going to sneak in here out of the hijack with the 9-4 of clubs.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, Fire.
And Ram will complete with the 9-4 of diamonds. So if 9-4 wins this hand at some point, that is going to be
Tomorrow.
Oh no.
pretty interesting.
Oh no.
Ace,
And
ace, jack.
Sure enough, flush draw for Ram. Good flop here for Holiday to continue, but she's likely to get at least one customer here.
What? Okay. All right.
I did say at least one customer
At
because
least
I was
with
like,
the key
I don't know,
term.
Yao might just stick around, and he sure did.
A 9-4 ball. Case of club comes, and it's an 8 of hearts. No one's happy. I guess Holiday's double gutted now. Doth she take a free card or continue the story? An ace has to continue betting, so maybe she's thinking about that. Continues the semi-bluff.
Yeah, not having diamonds is really good for her. Also, not having clubs is really good for her. So, good spot to double barrel for sure. And I like the size up here, 1.6K and a 1.9. Definitely the sort of approach that she would take if she did have Ace X.
Rom calls. Big river card. Coming. Queen of diamonds.
Wow.
Rom gets there.
Pretty gutsy play here from Ram to continue. I mean, with the board already paired, he could literally just be drawing dead and doesn't actually want to improve. As we can see, of course, he has improved to the best hand, but a pretty dangerous spot, all things considered. He's going to lead now 3,700, as you pretty much have to do when you improve your hand on the river like this, but he will not get paid. Just going to take down the 8,800 in the middle.
Ram down 15,000, but not out. Plenty of playing chips behind, and it's anyone's game tonight. Hand 62. Final hour of the stream here on TCH Live. And Kirby and Aaron McAvoy with you for the next hour.
Do it for Edison.
And we're here a lot. TCH Live is live Monday through Thursday night, and then Saturday night for all of your cash and tournament poker desires. During the week, it's cash games. On the weekend, it's typically tournaments. And nothing inherently special about these folks. They just have the willingness and the funds to play on the stream. If you want to play on the stream, you can get more info at texascardhouse.com. And I think there's also a form pinned in the chat as well, or at least there usually is, if you want to take your shot at playing on stream. Aaron mentioned earlier there's some lower stake streams live from Austin that happen on Monday nights and Thursday nights. Specifically Thursday nights is the 1-3 stream that probably the majority of our viewers could potentially play. Here comes King High and Rom flops. Top pair, Holiday flops and open-ended straight draw.
Whole lot of not much here for Paolo, but when it checks to him, he's like, I'll take a little stab here, see what happens. It's called in both spots, and that never feels good. You're like, oh, well, cool. Bingo, right on the turn. Holiday improves to the nut straight. Ram picking up backdoor spades to go with his top pair, however. We check all the way through, and it's another pair on board. It's a 9 of diamonds, so Holiday will finish with the best hand here. Ram still checking. Holiday now in a position to bet for the first time in the hand, which will signal quite a lot of strength. But Ram, who has played this as a very slow played top pair has no choice but to make the call.
Nice hand, Holiday.
And Holiday will ship a nice one right there.
And George, you and Paula.
Paolo and Ice heads up for the knit game once again.
Heads up.
We go prefer Oing, and then, you know. And then everybody go full.
Wooney here going to put on the $100 straddle.
Paula's like, why no 1,600?
Pocket. Wallet, please.
$100 straddle is saying? 100 to play. 100 to play.
Wallet. Thank you.
All right, JD going to be first to RFI. Ice here in the small blind with the knit button. Is going to put on the squeeze. Relatively modest size here with the 9/8 suited. Steven here in the chat seems to think that 10 acres, 30 minutes north of Dallas is going for $2.5 million. I can't say I believe that, but I mean, I don't know. That just seems like an inordinate amount of money. 250,000 an acre. I just don't know about that. Wooney comes along for the flop. We see ace high with a couple of diamonds. Big chunky bet here from Ice, and JD with just a gut shot to the wheel. But he is going to make the call. Here we go to a turn. King of hearts. Still good here for Ice to continue barreling and just blast JD out of the pot. But does Ice keep his foot on the gas? No, he does not.
Where's that from? Where's that from?
Where?
From where? Bang gun? It's not that good.
JD here
It's two.
lining up a half pot size wager. And back over to Ice. Going to be tough to continue with just the 9 high flush draw. Would just really love to get rid of that knit button though, which is why I think double barreling makes a lot more sense than checking and giving JD the opportunity to push you out of the hand like this. And indeed, that is what's going to happen. Ice lets it go.
Defense.
JD shows the 5 high.
Defense.
Defense. For Paula, yeah.
Defense.
Yeah.
Wow, what a hand.
JD winning 3,200 with just 5 high.
Juice on the river.
Wow, JD.
It's Wooney's fault.
Goodness gracious, these land prices are
You want to call? I'm like, well, now I gotta get in there.
pretty high. Good lord. Just goes to show how little I know about land prices out in the middle of nowhere.
Defense.
Yeah, this is the predicament. There's a million places that you could look at land. I just want the land that's got oil on it.
There you go.
350.
Is that so much to ask? That shows up on the MLS, right? Land with oil for sale.
31,000 for the whole
That's
lot.
right, 31K.
Good job, George.
Yeah, 6 more spades.
All right, Ice takes it down with the 6 high, gets rid of his knit button, and Paolo's going to have to pay up.
16?
No, 14. 16. 8 people right now.
It's the longest hour of Aaron McAvoy's life, waiting for the Taco Bell run. Post TCH Live, we're in the final hour. We made it. And so begins the slowing of time.
That's right. Ram here, trying to hold on to all of the money that's going around the table. He's like, you guys don't need your $200, right?
Are you still playing or no?
Yes.
Okay, Fire wants to.
10?
We have another hour. Yeah, you guys want to start right now?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Right now, right now.
Yeah.
Play one
Do
more
it
time.
again.
All right, knit game back in effect.
So we're on this end.
Yeah.
200 person. Okay.
Defense. Oh, yeah, here he is.
Maybe we should have a little variation. Like times 2, times 3.
Times 2, times 3.
We stepped it up before. You can get a little out of line.
Fire opens, Ram calls,
The
Paolo
problem is if you step it up too much, then there's crazy.
not
action,
going to
so, like,
defend
you have to be able to
the
reload and,
straddle
like,
with the
still
king
cover it,
8 off.
You bust a bunch.
We do see that
Make it
he
like
is sitting on at
500%,
least
like,
2
I gotta be on the line
Pikachus,
for-
so his stack not
5K plus, like, you're
showing
like,
up
going crazy,
quite
trying to
correctly.
knock
We are going to get an ace high board, 2 spades out there, so Ram flopping a pair and a flush draw.
Ooh.
Fire on a complete air ball. He is going to continue to the tune of 4 1/4 though.
Do something.
Like earlier we have chop, right?
Yeah.
You have a chopper in a session on the next.
Or maybe anytime it's like heads up in a pot with somebody with a button and the other person wins and plays defense. He gets an extra 100 or something.
1200.
How do you just end up with land that's got oil on it?
You probably had to inherit a big chunk that
He doesn't
hasn't
have
been
to show if he doesn't
explored
want
in a
to.
while.
You pull fire.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't that fortunate.
Nope.
Can I get change for this?
So Ram goes for the immediate 2-bet on the flop with the pair and the flush draw. Fire lets it go, and Ram will take it down and release his knit button.
I forgot about it.
Old school, throwback.
What? You good now?
96.99.
6.99.
Think Deuce to 7's going to run tomorrow? Or is that today? They'll run that.
Deuce 7 will be running tomorrow. We've already got full table accounted for, so
Nice.
gonna be kicking off hot and heavy. I got to make sure I get there in time to get a seat.
That is the worst. Is when you're looking forward to this single game starting and you show up late for whatever reason, and now you got to wait 6 hours to get a seat in the game you've been waiting so long to play.
Yeah, I don't want
Same
that.
happens for the mixed game when it runs. If you're not there on time, you could be waiting a long, long time.
Yeah.
Because everyone else wants to play. It's not this like impulsive, like, oh, let me hop into 1-2 or 2-5. Raise from JD, Queen 9 suited at 250, Holiday.
1000.
1,000 straight.
Ace Queen just went in the muck there.
As did the 2 7s.
Yeah.
So serious.
Check.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
All right. Holiday gets rid of her button. Just like that. 2 players without knit buttons.
It's a big poker game. Quarter, 50. Often 100, no limit. Not
Yeah.
that many larger poker games being played in the country. Fire with 2 5s.
Fire limping up front. Holiday comes along with the 10-4. Oh my goodness. I love the Nick game. This is really spicing things up.
JD with a real hand, ace jack of spades. Why not? And she's already given up her button, too.
Yeah, unless there's a misread or this is her favorite hand or something. I don't know exactly what's going on.
I don't know.
Holiday
Dude.
usually not the one to kind of veer too far off the path of sanity, but she does
Very
flop
true.
a pair of fours here, which is the second best hand behind fire and the pair of fives, believe it or not. JD still checking with his spade flush draw. And a gut shot, perhaps looking to go for a check raise.
500.
Holiday will tickle the pot for 500. Wooney will call, and now it is back over to JD. Massive pile of chips in front of him and a very strong drawing hand. And there is the check raise, 2,500 to go. Quick folds down the line. He'll turn over the ace jack of spades, shift the pot, and release the button.
Nice play.
Let's go.
$200, $2,300 in profit. JD continuing to stack cheddar, $33K in the green. Whew.
Feels good.
Yeah, it feels real good.
What's the bet to get raised?
Sports.
Oh, basketball.
Oh, sports. Okay.
I see the sweating behind you.
He's a little distracted.
I think my under is something like that.
What's your under? Under
I
what?
wonder how they track these.
210. 210.
How they check this? So they put in
No,
the action,
go
like the
up,
action
210.
tracker, it like moves the cameras.
210.
And this is just sync to it.
But when I tried it, it's 206.5.
My bad, it's 210.
Ice here going to come in and blind call. He's got king deuce.
So like put in the action real
You
time.
love to see it.
It's basically like where the camera's pointed, right?
Wooney comes in for the raise with the 5-4 of hearts, and Yao is calling on the button. 7-4 off. JD calls, Ice calls, and here we go. 4 players to a flop with a lot of speculative holding. 10-4-3. Pair of fours for both Wooney and Yao, putting them in the best position to win the hand.
Raise 900.
Wooney continues for 200. Yao raises to 900. But 3 to a straight and 3 to a flush for Wooney. Good enough to continue with a pair of fours to boot. And here is a 6 of spades. Completes the front door spade flush. And also gives Wooney an up and down straight draw. So checky off to a river deuce of clubs. And that is going to be a straight for Wooney.
Straight?
Check it goes. And yeah, straight will take it down. Yao's like, oh, I had a 4 and a better kicker to boot, but that run out, not the one I was looking for. So Wooney's going to get rid of his knit button, take a nice little 2650 pot down. And we'll move right along. Hand number 69 coming at you. What a time to be alive.
Good time to run good.
If you're enjoying the program, sit back and relax. Strike the like button with the force of at least 1,000 auspices. And get ready for the last 50 minutes or so of the broadcast. We still have many hands left to play.
Don't wait for me. Go.
You got one already?
Ace jack. I remember. Bad. Yeah, so bad. You raised me with a 4?
I was ahead.
Doesn't matter. I didn't think you had a flush.
I thought you had nothing like king size.
But you had nothing.
Okay. You don't care. That's good.
That's why it doesn't work. Like the Asian, you know, like analysis of like playing hands. Just like,
So put about 300 by
I don't believe you. I call. I don't believe I'll raise.
We need Asian commentators tonight, you know.
Asian.
The,
They're trying to explain it to the you know the chats. You know, they're like, what's going on?
yeah, put away. YG, I wish you put YG in there right now.
Yeah.
Talk shit about everybody.
Yeah, but they're like, these guys are not optimal. Like, everything about this hand is not optimal.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
They just flop bottom set and just like turn trips everybody dead. Just turn boat. Easy.
That hand was sick.
500.
You should have just let me hit the 10 when you're ace jack. We just take all my chips.
Fire here bets the turn after check flop takes down
Should have
easy.
checked you when I had trips too, you know, let you just blast at it.
Down
bad,
to
you
4
got
players
greedy.
still with a nip
Too
button.
greedy, JD.
Button game was on, the Nick game was on. I was
Should have
like,
just checked. I was gonna blast. Like I blasted earlier. I literally blasted all my losses today. I haven't made a single good hand except for him against him.
Wooney stuck nearly 19,000, Ram and Paolo down 16K and change.
You called me out. You said I played like a Euro.
Tough night for those
you were such
players.
a bad
Yeah, it
player.
hurts.
You played like Asian today.
You're going to miss it.
Both haven't
I'm in
seemed
my
to be
element.
super.
You have the Euro style. You can do it though. I'm impressed.
Like it seemed to be a progressive loss over the course of
Adaptability,
time.
right? Like,
A lot of people don't have that.
Mooney with Queen 10. He's got a stack that could get him to even or close to it. Sucks to have Paolo on your left. This man's going to 3-bet you very frequently.
Good job.
Good job.
Thanks, Sledge.
Yeah, thank you. Approval.
Queen 10 suited going nowhere here for Wooney, so he'll play this one out of position.
Yeah, nobody.
1900 in the middle. And it comes ace high, a couple of diamonds out there for Wooney. Paolo with the king of diamonds as well.
Here to mine with the ace jack of spades.
650.
Antonio G, 1-2 kilo transfer. Go ahead, table 7.
Check call from Wooney. Here we go to a turn.
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious.
3 of spades changes nothing.
Yellow, green, in between the streets.
Paolo here with a good candidate to the barrel. And for a size up, probably around 2,000. Indeed,
He agrees.
2,100.
Good.
1300.
Lose.
No, he's winning, but he
2,200, okay.
He didn't came at 3,000.
Well, he's winning the team right now, but you lose the under, right? Yeah, you lost the under. Yeah, 2 of 7 right now.
Michael C, 1-2 transfer.
你叫我自己打的吗？叫他打的。
wasn't it 206.5?
Yeah.
Nick and under.
Mooney very much in the tank with his flush draw.
And this minus 6.5. But it's not finished yet.
Parlay?
But I get under 207.
Definitely not getting the immediate
Yeah, that's what I would
odds,
say.
and then the implied odds really don't exist either, because if you call and hit your diamond, then you have to lead to get value, and everything's just kind of upside down there. So yeah, it sucks, but you kind of just have to let the hand go. And Paolo will get rid of his nip button. I think we're down to just 3 players now. Yao, one of them.
Damn, this guy crazy, man.
And then, yeah, we've got Vidi and Ice still sitting on their buttons as well.
3 winners tonight. All having great nights, and the rest of the table really playing from behind. Curious if this group will play after the stream, given how stuck everyone is.
Wow, look at those V pips. Yao and Wooney at 50% or higher. JD on the lowest VPIP and the highest earnings. He's still at 23.5%, still playing his fair share of hands.
Yeah, JD really analyzing the table well and changing gears to a tight as right strategy when everybody's VPIpping high. And sure, he had a miracle with that full house, but I'm assuming that's the optimal way to play when your entire table is VPIpping at 40 to 60%. And he's about to make me eat my words with him playing the King 7 suited, facing a early position open, or not early position, but low jack open.
Yeah, given the straddles in this game, low jack is
Right.
actually pretty
Yeah, you're
early
right. You're
position.
right.
And yeah, Ice here waking up with the 9s in the big blind. He's going to squeeze this up to 3,000. Nice chunky size, and he can get through Yao.
Show 1-9 and keep your button.
Show 1-9, yeah, right. And just like that, we're down to heads up.
Heads up, Yao and VD battling. Who will not be the nit?
Nice. You guys heads up? Thanks up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way I lost. No way. No way.
You're gonna lose to David, huh?
Still. Every hand y'all plays, I play.
How much? I call blank. Come on. Call.
Shit.
Call.
Yeah, I'll call in the 100. I guess this isn't a strudel doodle. VD makes it a cool 500 with 3-5 suited.
Let's go.
Let's go. Fire with the 1-3.
Oh, a
there,
bunch
two
of raggy
fours.
cards out there.
Now he's going to defense.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Oh my gosh.
I love this game so much.
Yeah.
This is the best game ever.
Here comes Jack 6 deuce. Holiday with the 4s ahead. Curious flop for VD. Gutter ball, backdoor spade draw.
You want to teach me some manners?
And Yao fires full pot. He just donk leads for 2,000 here.
What is going on?
And VD makes the call. There's an $1,800 effective pot between those two players. So it makes a little bit of sense for some craziness to transpire there. But yeah, Holiday and Wooney are out of the way. And here it is. There is fully another $1,800 in this pot for these players to play for. When it comes to 10. Oh, God.
Well, this dude, it's anybody's hand.
Look, man.
All in for 18,000 for VD with 5 high. And Yao, look at his face. Oh, it immediately dropped.
No choice.
What?
What just happened?
One pair.
Yeah, one pair.
Oh my God.
Dude.
VD had just no fear whatsoever.
Like,
Jammed.
I would rather lose 17,000 than pay this 1,600.
That's amazing.
Wow. Yao's face was so genuine there.
That's
1,800.
20 to
Yeah, he said too, he's like, what am I doing here? Just like folds the 9 deuce face up.
I think we got like 40 minutes. You guys want to do one more, or you know? We do one more, but, huh?
Only has 40 minutes left, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we're playing after the stream. We can finish it. So. It's up to you guys.
This guy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This hand?
All right. Nick game back on.
Get back on. We've just been running it.
Nick game on right now.
I'll have 2 extra.
Alright, Nick game's back
Atem here in the chat. Jams a Honda Civic just to not lose 1,600. Yeah, that's
So
kind of
sick.
the way they've been playing.
JD wants to win it right away.
Yeah, be quick, be quick. You calling or raising?
I'm calling. They said it was 250.
150, 150.
Three-way action. 4s, ace, deuce, and 3s. And it comes king, queen, 7. No one's happy.
Check.
JD can reasonably continue and expect to win this pretty frequently. But what do I know? Rom defends.
Really? You invite me to your home game? Really? Oh, you want my number, huh?
Check on the turn. Ooh, Ram wins. Let's go.
Rom wins with
Almost.
the 4s.
Need a queen on the river. Queen on the river.
What do y'all play? What do you play?
Normally
5-5 what? Hold 'em?
but it's not the.
It's like a true home game, like at their house.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know,
But
I'm a good cook. I'll bring some potluck.
Quarter 50. $100 shot on this hand.
Witnessing some number exchanging. Home game connections happening. In big air quotes. Fire, 2 5s. Ice with ace queen, still nursing that boba tea.
shot on.
What's happening? Gonna raise it. 800.
800.
Holiday with the case 5s.
No sets available
Nope.
for these two
Not
players.
whatsoever.
She is gonna call.
You come back a little bit or no?
Cold calling from the small blind with those 5s.
I'm stuck too right now.
I'm stuck.
And fire, of course, coming along as well.
Huh? Yeah. Of course JD's winning.
What?
He's like, how much you stuck? I'm like, I'm stuck like 20. He goes, who's winning? I'm like, dude, JD's winning.
I'm winning. For once.
You always win.
Jack 10.
You run good on stream though.
Me?
Me.
You?
Ice 2 overs, a straight draw. Holiday and fire. Fueling
You
2
only play
pair.
on stream though.
No, I wish. I get like 4 hours a week.
What?
So the stream's only 4 hours a week.
I don't see you play on the floor like ever.
1600.
I should play only on stream. That's where I run good.
I deserve to lose. I punted today. But the night's not over.
The night's not over.
I don't want to rebuy right now. I just want to play good. Well, I'm about to dong y'all.
Shit.
$1,600 bet from Ice. A call from Holiday. And fire wisely.
Sorry.
Well, maybe we'll see. Folds the 5s.
Start too late.
Yeah, Holiday wandering into some dangerous waters here. But if she was ahead on the flop, she's got to be ahead now. Deuce of clubs on the turn, interacting with the board in a negative way. And now Ice here gonna have to decide. Ooh, checks back, and yeah, Holiday's like, please don't put a 10, please don't put a 10, or an ace. Oh, good lord.
Ice rivers the ace. 5,700 in the middle. Holiday maybe block bets this. Who knows? Although she knows that this connects with everything that she was beating on flop and turn, or a lot of things that. Specifically, king queen, ace king, ace queen,
Yeah,
ace nine of diamonds.
block only really makes sense if you think that you can get called by a worse hand. Otherwise, you're just sort of being like, all right, I'm willing to torch this amount. But if you raise
Which
me,
I think I've had this
I'll
thought
fold.
in my head.
Yeah.
I know I'm torching an amount. I would prefer to set the amount that I can torch versus my opponent set the amount I can torch.
Ice here, gonna go for a little bit of value, a little over 1/3. And yeah, Holiday's like, cool, cool, cool. I beat busted diamonds that just like 7-8 of diamonds or something.
Queen 9 of diamonds, yeah.
Checked back the turn. Yeah, but like Queen 9 of diamonds like never slows down. There's just so few hands. Like even 7-8 of diamonds, I say that, but it's like, no, you're still betting that on the turn. Like there's just no hand that ever slows down that has any equity whatsoever. So yeah, this is a pretty gross river bet here, but Holiday gonna think it out. Hasn't folded yet. Atem, she beats pocket fours. This is true.
Oh? She might have more sinister intentions.
Check raise here would be pretty ballsy. It's a very small amount, and that ace is really in Ice's wheelhouse. She's trying to find a combo that bets flop, checks turn, and then bets this little 1/3-ish sizing on the river that she can beat. That's just really not very many hands. Honestly, the fives are like the cards that she would want her opponent to have the most, 5, 6, or 4, 5. But yeah. Nit game gets a little bit too in her head, perhaps, you know, convincing her that she could find some bluffs there.
Yeah, $9,700 pot. Won by Ice. And gets hit up for a charger.
And just like that, hey, that river bet is now what Ice is up in terms of profit. Look at that.
Wow, yeah. A win's a win.
Six nits remain. 30 minutes remain.
Yeah, I wonder what the stats are by the end of the night on who is the supreme nit. Who's had to pay it out? I guess Ice has had to pay it out. And who else?
Ram had to pay it once. I think Paolo paid it the last time. Oh, no, Yao paid it the last time because he folded in that big spot against Beatty. But I think Paolo may have paid it as well. I raised to 700. Couple of calls here. We go 3 ways to a flop.
Queen 9-8. 1 diamond. Mooney backdoor diamonds. Yeah, no pair. Comes 7. Ice picks up an open-ended straight draw.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere yet with the 2 overs.
Interesting. And then it comes 10, so straight for Ice.
Yeah, it's the dummy end. Any jack, of course, going to be better, but
Or if Yao finds a bluff for full pot or something. Putting a 6 to the test.
yeah, I think if you've made it this far in the hand as Ice, you kind of committed to a call, but Yao is going to put in the big donk lead here on the end. 4,600 in the middle, and he makes it 3,250 or something.
3275.
3275.
I don't see ice folding.
Yeah, if you fold a 6, then you're folding everything except for a jack. And a jack is the effective nut, so you kind of need some other hands to call with. 6s. You're just not going to have a 6 very often either, right? Like, how often are you going to get to the river here and have a 6? So you're almost sort of mandatory calling here, I think, from a theory standpoint.
He says call.
He's high. Straight's good. Why are you thinking of straight fold?
Yao annoyed that maybe ice is knit rolling a bit, but I don't blame him for thinking having a 6. And he wins another 6K in profit.
Okay, you got straight. Why are you thinking about it? It's easy to call.
Yeah, but you could call me with Queen Jack, whole bunch of things, you know. A lot of them.
And you don't blame Yao for being a little annoyed, being stuck 10 grand on the night. When you're losing, it's hard to be pleased until you're winning.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Hey, $100 straddle on.
What? No.
A Griff in the chat likes the lights on the table showing where the action is. Yeah, no, absolutely. I like the little LEDs lighting up to illuminate the player that it is on. I like that a lot.
Yeah, nice touch indeed. Fire wakes up with ace jack, raising it to 200. Ice calls the 2 3s.
More players.
Straight draw for fire.
Check. Check.
Check.
JD hits a 5
Stay away from
with king 5.
Let me get that.
And JD gets 100% of the equity. Says the nuts, and he does have the nuts.
Not.
No one supports JD's flourishing. And he's
King 5 off.
gets rid of his knit button.
It's okay. I don't
I
care.
love it. Fire ducked away from
Nah,
it.
F you, bro. You're winning 30 G's.
If you fold it, he'd be happy. It's okay.
Oh, man. We did get started a little bit late, but we're still on a relatively slow pace here in terms of the number of hands we're playing because everyone is playing every hand. This is the best. So many hands going to the river, getting to showdown, multi-ways to the flop, like just so many decision points. Oh man, this has been an action-packed night. I hope everybody that's watching has enjoyed it as much as I have. This has been one heck of a night.
Yeah, very entertaining indeed.
You need a fire?
That's up. Heads up. Check. 300. Call. Heads up. Check.
What?
1,000.
Fire not going anywhere with the top pair, no kicker, and Yao needs a 10 or a 5 to improve. Does not find it.
Check.
After betting flop, betting turn. Doesn't have a club, doesn't have a spade.
Give up.
Sorry, does have a spade, but just gonna shut it down. Which is wise, as Fire will turn over the ace and drag the pot.
Come down. Come down.
hand 77. We're 20 minutes away from the end of the stream.
How many now?
It's interesting that I guess maybe there's been a little more tanking tonight and more multi-way action, whereas the hands maybe have taken a little bit longer. We've had some fast dealers, but haven't got through nearly the same amount of hands than we're used to seeing. It's interesting.
Yeah, with this much action, it's just gonna slow it
I
down
want to see
and force
Halloween fun now.
more
like a video
minutes
to me.
per hand, for sure.
He literally told me, he goes, the way he eats pho, he has to be in the
Nobody else eats pho, huh?
No, it was like the way you did it. I don't know.
I eat it at least once a week.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Rips it
That's so fast.
for 9,000.
Oh my god.
I'm not happy to lose every hand.
He just want to get rid of his button? Is that?
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez.
There you go.
That
He
is
said
so
something about
risky.
losing every hand as well. I didn't quite catch it, but perhaps a little bit of steam under the lid.
Yeah.
I mean next.
Let's move that. All in.
Yeah, Ice winning 7,000 tonight.
And then that maybe fight for that.
Fall for.
Everybody with the nip on, everybody just goes all in blind.
It's a strategy. It's a strategy. You guys should just all 4 of you jam and then, like, we're going to look at our cards, though.
No.
Like, just so you know, like we don't have a you know.
You guys just instant luck.
No. We're going to look at our cards. Trying to get rid of my mind. We get to look. That's the whole.
4 remain in the knit game. Wooney, a nice suited ace-9.
250.
Yeah.
Still.
What? Thank you. I need it. I can't beat the guy.
She's counting on you to.
I've beaten him single hand today.
Fire's in there with dominated hearts. Everybody else out of the way. So hearts on this board would be pretty nasty, as these are 2 deep stacked players.
Comes ace high, top pair for Wooney. Over to Fire, though, with Jack 6 high.
325.
Trips for Wooney.
You're so quiet now.
Fire continues betting on the turn here.
I'm actually nervous because you're so quiet.
Pretty bad card to
Not gonna
represent,
check.
especially for the small sizing. Wooney happy to just check and call. Or rather, just call in position. And a small little value bet here on the end. Fire quickly releases, so Wooney will take it down.
Alright. Hollowed up, hollowed.
Shows the ace-9 and
You guys are good. I can't win a fucking hand all night, so
Oh, shit.
gets rid of his knit button.
might as well pay it.
3 players still knitting it up. Paolo, Holiday, and Beatty.
Paolo would hate to have to pay this twice.
Jack.
6 Jack.
6 Jack. It's tough to beat 3 aces with that.
Looking at those stacks, JD well up atop
100 straight.
the
So
rankings
much money.
there.
250.
250.
250 in the call. Fire with the tanks. Small blind facing a raise and a call.
Relatively small squeeze here with the 10s.
Take a water, please.
Yeah, quickly makes the call. And I think JD here getting a pretty decent price to play his button.
I just guaranteed now.
Glad fan in the chat wants to know what are the stakes on this one. It is $200 per player. So whoever loses the game will have to pay 200 to everyone else.
Are you leaving?
1,000.
Fire here flopping bottom set. That's 1,000, and both Yao and JD will continue with their gut shot and backdoor flush draws. JD improves to a heart flush draw on the turn. And Fire checks, checky, over to JD, who's going to take his free river. 5 of diamonds.
No improvement. Yao with trips, Fire with 10s full. This could really suck for Yao. He's been tilted all night. He thinks he goes perfect, and Fire checks 10s full over to Yao. He's about to get the full stack. I just don't see any world where this doesn't happen. 6,300 in the middle. Yao's ripped it with air pre-flop, basically. Now he feels like he's got a value hand. Wants to get the full double. Oh, this sucks for Yao.
Yeah, this is pretty nasty. He is going to...
Okay, he doesn't rip
piece
it.
together a half pot value bet, but yeah, when he gets check jammed by Fire here, it's going to be really gross.
Fire can't contain his excitement.
And with the Pikachu, he can just grab a fistful of chips and stuff them over.
Oh,
Yeah.
and a call, $21,000 pot. And Fire played this one like a fiddle. Checking river with the 10s full, getting the full amount.
Yeah. Feel for Yao there. It just goes runner 5 to give him a hand that he is going to be super pumped about. And he just happens to be up against a better hand.
And Fire smiling from ear to ear. Thrilled to win that huge pot.
Fire is on fire.
And Yao is going to walk off to hopefully walk off the rough night that he has just had here.
We need you. We need you.
Yeah,
Thanks for playing, Yao. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Best of luck. Thank you for joining us. And that's a tough look. I mean, we've all experienced it. Maybe not at this stake, but sometimes the night just goes that way for you. Best of luck next time.
There were a lot of rivers you weren't going to like. We'll put it that way. There were a lot of rivers you were not going to like. That river was the perfect river for you, apparently. 250? Perfect river gets you paid.
What is it, 250?
All right, JD raises it up, gets called in 2 spots.
David, I'm looking at David.
Nut clubs for JD. Second pair for Holiday.
Did you check, Woody?
That she checked, so I checked.
Okay. Hold on.
Check call from Holiday. 1,400 in the middle. And it's a king of spades. 2 pair for Holiday. 1 pair and the nut flush draw for JD. But yeah, he's going to check this back. And a clean run out here for Holiday. So it is a one-liner to Broadway. So is she going to continue checking?
You kind of started the game, so you don't.
We'll get no additional value from JD.
No, JD, no.
Shit.
JD. Where's the defense?
I had king high clubs.
King high
I had a
clubs?
good,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I was trying.
All right, so Holiday loses her button, and it's a heads-up match between Vidi and Paolo for the knit game.
Do we pay him or does he not get paid? I don't know how that works. Yeah.
We pay him.
I think he lost. He won. He got rid of it.
Yeah. So
He
He needs to be paid.
You should get paid.
So we're gonna pay him. Okay.
So after losing
we'll pay him.
30,000, Yao's going to
I'll
get
give
paid
it to him.
$200.
I'll give it to him.
I'm sure he'll love to see
If it's a
that.
random, he's obviously not gonna pay. So
Yep. Right.
I know. I'll give it to him.
Yeah. These guys all know.
I know him the most.
I know him.
And we're going to be eating later.
Shit. I believe Winnie for a second. He's like,
Only 3 players.
I was trying to save you guys $200, but I was trying to do.
Fire, you're thinking about playing the 5-3 off for some reason.
That's fucking base. I'm helping Vegas with defense.
38,000 in the stack. He's going to make it a 500, 400. Unbelievable, this guy. Holiday giving the stare down with 10-9 off.
I'm one hot.
Yeah, Paulo, if they just all folded me, I was just gonna fold and let you win since your boy would have folded. You're running so bad.
Oh, the defense?
All right, Paolo defends.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Paolo needs no mercy.
Nice jack deuce. Wheel draw for fire, of course.
Biggest loser today.
No,
I'm saying Paolo.
I am like down 22.
I'm down 20 also. Nothing to be goading about, for sure.
600.
Huh?
Nothing to be proud of you being down 20 for sure.
Defense. Ace,
Fire
ace,
takes
ace,
it down.
ace,
5 trips.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where's
I'll
your
play
dead
on this
button?
side.
Where's your dead
Yeah, this corner got fucked.
He's the only one that actually really made
Biggest loser. I'm down 23.
Okay,
I'm
here.
down 20. No, but this, he actually made hands. You did not have really made hands.
button?
He didn't fund it at all.
They're going to come here later on.
I mean, the only hand I had against you, I king, queen, pair, ace, king.
He was winning.
I told
Rena
him,
asked,
I told him,
JD
I
is
played
winning.
game, all the Asian guys.
And fire.
And they say, okay, I said, that means
Basically
you
the
beat
left
game.
side of the
I go,
table.
I don't know, white guys are pretty bad too. And it's like, I mean, fair point.
Dog straddle.
Fair point.
Oh. So card dead.
And then you're going to do the job. Okay.
I'm gonna look at all my cards. All the hands that I played, I either punted it or bluffed and lost.
This end of the table's been hot so far.
I see that.
This one did it? Okay.
Oh, he actually gave you a fist bump.
This time. This
Only
time.
today.
Only today.
Nice, raising it to
Only
400.
Fire, play a big one. I just one big one. I'll have quads, you have topo.
You're so
For the
greedy.
stream.
All right, Vidi and Paolo are in the hand, both holding
I
a
got one out
king.
of twice in 1 week.
No one flops a pair.
I guess
No,
it's
it's just playing. It was great too, JD. I got one out of and slow rolled in the same hand.
And on the turn, Vidi well out in front here now. 3 clubs on board though. Holiday with the ace of clubs, Ice with the jack of clubs.
It wasn't even that big. It was like
Paolo here is like, if
13K.
nobody's betting, maybe everyone is just weak and I can take this down.
You would know
No.
the guy that did it, but I won't say his name.
Yeah, if Ice had
It was
some
awesome,
sort
though.
of
It was actually kinda awesome.
straight draw to
Tank
go
on the river
with
after I
his
check raised
jack
Jack.
of clubs, perhaps he could come
Yeah,
along.
tank, yeah.
But Holiday has
Yeah,
shown
yeah,
us
flip
that
with my
she is
cards,
not
yeah. And then
afraid
you show
to
me
go
cards.
for it in big spots. This is not one of them though. She is just
That's
going to
little
call and
cards.
try to hit
Tanking was
her
bad.
ace or
You
her
tanked.
club.
And he wasn't thinking about folding, right? He was just trolling.
You straight up
3
solo
players
rolling,
to the river.
Huh?
Paolo
Straight up solo rolling,
is drawing dead.
for sure.
I mean, he had like the nuts.
It's a
though.
queen of spades. Vidi will win the hand and the Nick game if we get to
I
showdown.
wasn't sure what you told the story. If he was like tanking, because there was like potentially.
Surely
bigger
Paolo
odds out there. He
finds
was,
a
like,
way
worried about it.
to
Or he
stab
just,
at
like, maybe
this.
he just-
Worth
It
a
was
shot.
100% intentional.
Maybe a check raise.
If you did it to me, I wouldn't be as mad.
I think
No,
Vidi's
yeah.
checking if checked too,
I had
for
quads
sure.
versus the guy
Paolo
that
has
should've-
to
I should've
attack
sold
this
him,
if
but
he
didn't.
wants to win.
It's like the one rule, like
Yeah,
just hold him.
2/3.
Yellow, like, and hold him, you get quads. Like, just hold him.
Basically repping a flush and a flush only.
Unfortunately, he unblocks that. Oh,
Vidi does have to call. Yeah. Oh, and there it is.
Oh man.
VD winning the Nick game and the pot. Paolo gonna have to pay up again.
They said Paolo's so bad.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Maybe no jam this time. What the
No
fuck?
jam, no jam. I had showdown value.
Someone's keeping the extra 2 for.
I'll pick.
Or Holiday or Fire can do it. Yeah.
Okay. Here. That's me.
Anybody with
Take
anybody
Yells.
Mooney?
Take Yells.
I didn't want Blue Mooney.
No, take Yells. Take Yells.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Alright, I'll take it. Yeah.
All right, the $200 rebate for Yao is coming his way.
It's like I literally don't want this $200 rebate.
How many of this Nip you play today?
Wow, $30,000 profits for our top 2 players this evening. Fire absolutely crushing the game this evening.
Maybe 6. Like, we might have done every like 30, 40 minutes.
We can just do it.
Don't need it.
Who lost? I lost one time.
7, 8 minutes.
You lost one time, right? That's 2. And then what about
I lost.
3? You lost, no?
Ram lost one.
Yao lost
You
one.
lost one? 5?
Yao lost one. Did you count Yao?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And anybody over there? Woody, did you lose?
I didn't.
You did? And you lose? You lose one? So 6.
I lost 20k trying to protect you though.
So maybe Paolo did not lose 2. Just this last one.
We played 5 times of that. That's in 4 hours.
I got heads up one to
All right,
you.
King
I got
high.
heads up to you. Yeah.
Whole lot of nothing out there for anybody. Holiday with the best
You only
hand.
lost once though, right? Not twice?
I lost one.
Once.
But I was on the borderline twice.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was down to 10 something twice.
5
Yeah.
4 hearts.
600. 5 times in 4 hours, pretty good.
Yeah. Cool.
Heads up.
Open-ended straight draw for Rom. Holiday pair and a straight draw now.
Yeah, Ram here betting with a pretty thin holding on the flop, but picking up a lot of
How
equity
was the bid? The dog's like, just go.
on this turn. So he'll continue betting 1.1 into 2.1.
I was like, one of you fuckers is coming. I don't give a shit. Send me somebody.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Holiday. I was like, Holiday, go make David go.
Yeah.
He's like, who do you have power? Just go make David.
You can make me go, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's all the Asian is. Like, just go.
She is going to make the call. So here we go. 4.3 in the middle to a 9 of clubs on the end. See if Ram can fire again. He cannot. Checks, and Holiday will take it down.
Half the people that were supposed to play were at that table, and people were at the other game. And so, like, it's just like, it's like somebody come.
Nice hand for Holiday, trying to battle back, down 9,000.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
As we're approaching the last 5 minutes of the stream.
Kyle said he was leaving soon. Ish. Dawn.
First hand. Oh. You guys paid 2K. Got scared.
We played this guy.
Stuck from sports, huh?
Actually,
That's your bookie. That's your bookie right there. Your bookie's like, where you at?
No, I'll pay you for sure. I just gotta. It's like, dude, I'm watching you on stream. I know you got 40,000 in front of you. You owe me 45,000.
All right, Ice limping the low jack. Holiday going to punish the limper. Makes it 450. Paolo not at his seat to play the ace 10 of hearts. The fire here, he's on a heater. Let's see if he plays the jack 4, the suited Robbie.
He does, in the best way, clicking it. Holiday doesn't want to fold this hand.
Certainly not for a min click. And in position.
Heads up.
Feels awkward, but why not?
Interesting. Top pair. Backdoor spades for Holiday. little bit of backdoor love for fire as well. Or turn cards, making things interesting. 10 of hearts especially would be very interesting for the viewers at home.
Mohammed wants to transfer. Go ahead, field 15.
Fire wants to do it, but he is going to let it go.
Trying to bully you.
Is that still going?
Go ahead. Can we respond? I said, okay.
All right, we're now missing 3 players from the table. Apparently, this is the time to go to use the restroom.
I guess, yeah, since Nick game's not in play, the stakes are reduced for going to the restroom.
All right, it looks like hand number 86 here going to be the last 2-card hand here.
They only do 6 letters on the TV, so just
Gonna wrap up the evening here on hand 86.
A lot of poker played tonight, as evidenced by the lower number of hands completed in 4 hours. Oftentimes we're in the kind of 110 range and having about 40 less hands. It's indicative of how action-packed this game was tonight. Very fun times. And kind of a unique dynamic with the current set of players, so really fun to watch. JD, of course, picks up 2 10s on the last hand of the night, where everyone wants to play, so he's going to get max value. Wooney stuck 20 plus K, suited ace. I don't see him going anywhere. Monotone board, all spades, jack high. Mooney with second pair is going to call it.
Yeah, nice small continue here from JD. Very principled small continue on monotone boards.
King on turn.
No.
No.
Checky. A board pairing 6. Definitely a spot where JD can just check or go for that really small block bet again.
She's probably watching, so.
I don't see much value in betting from Wooney unless, yeah. 10s are good.
Nice. She was traveling, so she was at some of the other locations down south.
Yeah, just like that, JD gonna win the final 2-card hand of the stream. It's time for a final $250 PLO flip.
Wow, just eking out the first place spot in terms of profit versus Fire. 32K and 31K respectively, and they're playing a $500 flip. Now things are getting serious. Tyler asking the chat, who you got as the winner of the final flip of this stream? I mean, JD's running pretty hot, but my money's on Fire. He's got
I'm gonna
that
pick
special
Vidi.
sauce.
Why not?
Vidi, he won the flip at the beginning of the night, so that's a good pick as well. Here we go, 4 cards face down. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in with us the last 4 hours and enjoyed this high-stakes stream with a ton of wild spots and interesting action from the addition of the Knit game. Really appreciate everybody subscribing, hitting the like button, and commenting down below. Let's give Yao the win.
Yeah, tough night here for Yao. Tons of action. This has been one of the most fun streams in terms of players battling and just mixing in all sorts of different hands, going after these, spots that are just pretty wild. But yeah, I really have enjoyed hanging out with you here this evening, my friend.
Same to you.
Absolutely. Wooney here is going to run out a boat, 10s full of queens, and that is going to be the best hand. And with that $4,000 pot, Wooney dragging that down. Going to move himself up just a little bit. Still at the bottom of the earnings, however. JD and Fire well atop that list. Beatty and Ice also eking out a profit. And with that, we're going to get in the non-stream deck of cards. These players will continue battling, as we once again want to remind you that we've got the grand opening of the Las Colinas TCH Social tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. If you are in or around the Dallas area, go check it out. We've got fantastic opening promotions all throughout this first opening week from May 3rd to the 7th with a $250K guaranteed tournament, $400 buy-in. Go on over there, check out the new TCH Social at Las Colinas location. And any parting words here for anybody, Ben?
No, I appreciate everybody joining us again. Super fun stream, and really appreciate everyone's loyalty and support of the stream. But yeah, that's it for me. Had a great time as always, and I'll just leave it to you, Aaron, to sign everybody out.
All right. You can see there on the screen, we've got a special 9 hours for $99. You can do 2 purchases of that per day. Those hours are going to be shared between the Las Colinas location and TCH Dallas, so make sure to load up on that while that promotion lasts. And that's going to do it. So for myself, for the staff at Texas Card House, and for all of y'all out there listening,